it says it's running.
Time, man. All right. First and foremost, we're gonna say all praises be to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Hashem, Dash. And then we're gonna say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the sincere, you know what I mean, elect. And we're back here like another week to push forth the downfall of the kingdom. You know, this the downfall of this world and rulership of Esau, man. Which, in case you didn't know, the so-called people who call themselves white, according to the scriptures, they're children, man, of Esau, Edom, right? That's their real heritage. Like, and everything about their wickedness and wicked ways is being exposed in these last days, man. And all what we're seeing now is a culmination, and really is walking to the tune of prophecy, like Babylon the Great, which is America, so-called land of the free, home of the brave. Now you're getting snatched up, bro. Can you imagine that? I mean, America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Now, even citizens are being fucking snatched up, bro.
Yep. And there was that clip my brother shared in the channel. But basically, you know, the Edomite woman that sounded like she was recording the ICE officer. And then they were like, yo, why are you recording? Right? And then he was like, we got a big database. Right? And then now you're a domestic thief. Right? You know, because this is the thing. It was all fun and games, all well and good, right? When it was, you know, the immigrants, when it was the tribes and this, that, and the other, right? But what you weren't aware of is that the elites, they don't like you regular Edomites anyway, right? They don't like you low-level Edomites. So, hey, for us, we're just there like, it is what it is, right? These things must needs come to pass for us to get into the kingdom. And in fact, don't know if anyone had anything, but just on that, let me grab this in 2nd Ezra 7, since I said that, right? It's 2nd Ezra 7 from 6, right? So there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, right? And I was going into the fact that, this journey into the kingdom, right? We're going to be tried. It's going to be, perilous, right? Things are going to happen, right? And we're going to do our best through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to continue what we have. We've got no choice, right? If we be of the elect, the Lord will guide us, protect us, right? But we have to endure all of these things that are to pass, right? But they have to come to pass, right? There has to be ICE troops on the streets. ICE has to come and basically be a Trump's Gestapo, right? These things must needs come to pass for us to enter into the kingdom, right? Continuing on in verse 8, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that they could but one man go there at once, right? You think of Philippians 2 and 12, right? Let every man work out his own salvation, right? At the end of the day, right? This is just this is a thing, one man at a time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all manifested.
Yeah,
bro. It's actually all happened. Like the apostles named 2026, the year of apostates, fallouts, and the time with Jacob's trouble, right? That's what.
Yeah.
And but basically we're seeing it, man. Super Hebrews. Now in the suit, suit and a tie, nice. It's as long as I got suit and tie. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? At first it was the caps, the Hebrew freestyles. Now it's a Hebrew Kevin Samuels, but both.
It makes you think of the precept, right? Little leaven of the whole lump.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was a little, and this is the thing, man. People think when the apostles speak, it's just men. They're just speaking.
Can someone get that scripture? If this council be of men?
Yeah.
Because the true truth stands the test of time. Like, just look at what's happened. Like, Babylon the Great is split. It's done. It's actually divided on another level. You know what I mean? Like, the minds of the people are divided. People are realizing, which they realized a long time ago, but they're realizing I'm never getting an American truth. Like, they know they're never they're never gonna be comfortable in America.
If I come back, the brother, when he says that, that's why you're seeing these Edomites crash out.
They're crashing out, bro.
Because it's a thing, and this is the thing, like Jake, the Lord's had it whereby certain Jakes have started to get some things in this world.
Yeah.
And those Edomites that that haven't received of their blessing, they're looking at Jake and they're crashing out.
Bro, they're crashing out.
That's why I went through the spirit. I was just like, when they started really speaking about that DEI thing and this and the other, I was like, right, these low-level Edomites, they're gonna be using that to basically be like, oh, that Jake, he's not actually incompetent. He's just here because of X, Y, Z reason.
Yeah. DEI.
You know
what I mean? It's like, nah, it's bro, your country is done.
Exactly.
And guess what? Them curses are coming, just like they come on Jake, but the curses on Babylon. Yeah, because this word speaks in it. It's breaking up the foundation. It's a pierce of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Like everything is naked before the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it's getting ruined. That's why it's ruined. Like you're a large part of your population are on fucking opioids. A large part of your population is homeless. Like you know what I mean? Like, bro, you've seen Skid Row? You've seen like Philadelphia? People are spending all their own shit. Just I don't know, bro, in some ungodly positions because there's a demon in them.
Yeah,
bro. Some shit. Well, I saw one nigga was tiptoe bent back. I'm like, how do you get that balance? A normal person can't get that balance, but a demon was giving them balance.
That's it. Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, man. So Esau is feeling a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
You really all Edomites are through. It's just their elites got a bigger piece of the pie, and like your upper middle class can get at least one Range Rover one day.
Yeah.
But other than that, your average everyday Edomite now the middle class has been erased.
That's it. Because even then, as you're speaking, I'm thinking about how it was needful to have that image of Edomites doing well, because then it allows them. Yeah, because then it allows to at this point for them to be like, well, we're better than you in this, and then in that and this, but these times you're the biggest recipient of DEI, right? I've always said this, like, we work around you Edomites, man. You're not that smart. You're not that old, right? Salak, me retrace. We work around all you heathen. You ain't that smart, man. So you ever been around Elam in the office, man? Right? Elam, because Elam, he's been told smart, innit? Right? But then when you're around him, you're like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right? But that's the beauty about this truth. This truth helps us overcome all of those lies that that have been put on us. Because as Jake, we're taught we can't do anything. Right? We're less than you can't play the cello. Black people don't play the cello. Right? But these times in this truth lets us see, look, man, there's actually nothing that we can't do as Jakes, right? Because we're the sons of the living power, man.
Was that the precept after?
Oh, that was Acts 5, isn't it? Sorry. So,
bro, it's like right now's the time to be excited even more so, bro.
Oh, you got to lift up your head.
Yeah, lift up your head. Like to see the fall of America, to see the fall of Esau, Trump telling nations, hey man, if you don't support us in Greenland, you will get charged tariffs.
Mm-hmm. This real quick, bro.
Yeah.
It says Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Yep.
A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
The fall of his enemy, bro. And that's what we're actually seeing. Bro, America is supposed to be like the safety net of earth in terms of freedom. Like it's the valley of the shadow of death. But most basically you got asylum seekers from many nations around the world who go to America to be free. Whoever it's a person that's a homosexual trying to go to America to just do what they want or whatever it is. Or whoever it's a woman that comes from a strict family that wants to be a feminist. Yeah. basically the pinnacle of wicked liberation is America, right? That's where you go and live out your fucking wicked fantasies.
Yeah.
But now you're getting snatched up outside your fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're getting carted off outside your KFC.
Yeah.
Bro, they're actually going into fucking workplaces and snatching people up.
Yeah.
That's America.
Yeah.
Get Isaiah 47, bro. It's beautiful, bro. Esau is done. The average everyday Edomite is hurt. They're hurt. They ain't got nothing. You know? You know? They ain't got nothing. Yeah, it's an inside joke. They ain't got nothing, mate. You know what I mean? I mean, I got nothing left. That's really what it is out here.
Because that was Edomite that said
That's Edomite that said that.
and that's the spirit of Esau right now.
Yeah,
man.
bro. It's like it's done.
Nothing left.
There's nothing left out here, man. You know, it's beautiful, man. Seeing the fall of these average everyday Edomites, they're crashing out. They ain't got nothing left. So what? Yeah, but you
Remember that one? Nothing left.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I got nothing left.
Hey,
Yeah,
man. Man's bottling league water.
Oh, God, man. Oh, man. We're gonna start already. You know what I'm saying? But it's bro, it's done. Like Babylon is supposed to be the pinnacle of liberation. You can do what you want, freedom of speech or whatever. Now you're getting snatched out of your workplaces, man. You know what I mean? And it's like with this Insurrection Act, more false flags are gonna happen. And it's just gonna bait them to just have the troops just everywhere. You know what I mean? And it's like they've been waiting for this. This is what they want.
Well, they've been building up the infrastructure.
They put up the infrastructure.
And we said that, you know, the Trojan horse was the whole terrorism thing.
That's it.
You know, the idea of a terrorism. Then they did the counter-terrorism units was CTOC. You know, the UK one is down West Brompton.
Okay.
So I work down there. There's a big ass fucking
big ass building.
that big ass building.
Okay.
Yeah, that's CTOC.
Okay.
But I remember one time I heard someone say something about it, and then I said, CTOC counter-terrorism. Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Okay.
Spooky place, right? It's spooky around there, right? But remember, the counter-terrorism strips you of your rights.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Counter-terrorism strips you of your rights. So you got the military, you got counter-terrorism, you got police. Those are supposed to be three separate entities, right? But really, those entities are being fused together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Because basically, if you commit a crime, you're basically not a citizen, though.
That's where they want to bring it.
That's it.
So you see the one now where the
Begum,
woman was Begum.
Yeah.
They were filming and said, "Oh, you're a domestic terrorist."
What?
Yeah. And then remember, they designated the cartels as terrorists, and people think it was about drugs in Venezuela. No, it's so that they can now the law enforcement that would normally deal with drugs can now utilize counter-terrorism measures.
Transmissible.
It's transmissible. So then now you got these gangs, right? Well, use your brain. If a fucking cartel can be designated as a foreign terrorist organization, that means your local gang can be designated as a domestic terrorist organization.
And Antifa. Yeah.
Yep.
Antifa, same thing.
Trying to
This is
live
a political
the same way.
movement.
Yeah. Like and now, you know what I mean? If you have more, and then now as well, man, if you have more protests of people protesting against ICE, the lines blur on who could be a terrorist or not.
Yep.
I mean,
But then now you're gonna have Palantir.
Yeah, Palantir, yeah.
And
They'll call it insurrection.
Yeah, insurrection.
and they can go and use the Palantir profiling of your social media history of what you watch, what you listen to, what you type, what you like, and the brother always breaks it down, going back to the Gaza, and score points on you as to not only whether you are a terrorist, but whether you're potentially a terrorist in the future.
And whether you should live or die. Whether you should live or die.
Yeah, this is what's going on.
Can I add to that as well? Because the United States have now done this thing where I don't know when it's coming into law, but it's like if you want to emigrate, like go to the US,
They check your social.
they're checking you, and not just yours, any like your close relative as well.
And you gotta understand,
You know?
under counter-terrorism, what they also have, whether you want to believe it or not, but these phones and these devices record you. And you see how YouTube can automatically put a transcript of a video of what you're saying. They already counter-terrorism already had that technology.
Yep.
So you could be here, we could be here chatting, forget the video. Let's say where you're just in your house chatting with your brethren, yeah, and you're like, fuck Trump, man, I'll shoot Trump and all this shit, yeah. All them phones, right, are listening devices. They're recording data. That's why they need all them data sentences, yeah. And they have something called voice recognition. So they got voice recognition. Your phone is in the room, so they got multiple ways to know that it's you that's talking.
Yeah.
And you got the transcript.
It's well known that the FBI, CIA, they're always tapping man's phones. But you don't think they got technology now? They got their own phone.
They was tapping in Nazi Germany.
Right, they're tapping in, bro.
Yeah,
They're always tapping in.
And that's why they need the data centers, because there's got all this information and they call it private companies, but they have access to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be in the data center. The AI is going to run through the data. And it's like, yeah, you said this on Friday the 30th or whatever. You were talking about Trump or you were talking about Biden. Because it's both sides. Yeah.
So this is Ezekiel 21:9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Yeah.
It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may bitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it to the hand of the slayer.
So all these things are set to protect the American people. We can use it as a weapon against them.
Yeah.
You know, because we all think, oh, this is safety. Because even though 9/11 went down, oh, this is for your safety. We're gonna do all this shit. We're gonna surveil.
Yeah.
It's all being used against you now.
Yeah.
Right? And these man, you know, we talked about Jade Helm in the past and these types of things, man. They're looking to take down American citizens.
Jade Helm was Palantir. Jade Helm 15
AI, yeah.
mastering, what they call it, mastering the urban domain.
Yeah.
That's basically what Palantir is. The ability to just sift through all the information and then create algorithms, man, to execute.
Which is why I love, man, these Edomites that are crashing out on Twitter, because they think they've got this anonymity, but that's going to be used against them.
Really don't.
They eat, yeah.
But then now, Esau doesn't need Edomites anymore.
Yeah.
He just used bots to bait other Edomites.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He just told you to speak out. Right? He told you to
Bots,
talk.
yeah, and then everyone's like, oh, because like
Well, a lot of them racist accounts,
Yeah,
actually Indian,
yeah,
Nigerian.
fucking hustling. Shit, man, I should have came with that hustle.
Yeah. That's a perfect.
I really wish I set up a YouTube
Bro,
to just re-upload
the best thing to do
all
is,
the TikTok clips.
Get an
I
image
might
of
even
a
do it.
Becky.
I can't lie.
I'll tell you the game. You do is you get an image of a fine ass Becky
On Twitter,
and just be super racist,
on
yeah?
Twitter, you
and
get
then
money.
talk about how much you love white men and want to have children with them.
Yeah.
And bro, you're gonna be gaining
I'm
money
gonna-
off
I'm
that.
gonna-
The engagement's gonna be off the chain with these incels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate black men.
Yeah.
Games, yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Or a white lady with a fucking Union Jack in the back.
Yeah.
I hate it's getting dull. Like, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm trying to do it all the time anyway. I might as well get a new hustle.
Yeah, mad engagement. Yes, man. Yes, Queen.
Bro, and it's
Boudica.
it's just, bro, have you seen a post where it's clearly like an AI news article?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, in Bradford, it's legal to take women. It's like, bro, no.
Sharia law. Like,
Sharia law, yeah. Bradford's under Sharia law. It's like,
No place has Sharia law.
and then so with this thing, yeah, people need to realize. You might say to yourself, "Oh, there's all these checks and balances and laws. Chaos change in chaos, anything could happen. You're starting to see it. The more they create crisis, the more they create chaos. You can bring change. That's always been the way, like the CV. So you might think, oh, no, man, they're not gonna just start executing people in the streets and the judge. Well, watch the movie Judge Dredd, the comics. What's it based on? There was a time of crisis and lawlessness, and in order to solve that and to bring a solution, they gave the police the ability to be judge, jury, and execution.
Yep.
So man, you see this like, now, you know, it would be like judgment,
Yeah.
and just execute man there on the street. No prison, because guess what? The prisons are full.
Yep.
The prisons were full. Like, so we need to just start executing these animals.
Yeah. Well, you look at the memo that got leaked out of ICE, which is basically saying they effectively didn't need a proper warrant from a judge to enter into a home.
yeah.
And the memo was like, you know, you give them a chance to comply, and if they don't comply, just bust the door.
Bro, it's like it's and if that's happening, it's the most liberal land of the free, home, the brave place in the world, then the earth is done. Then there's nothing left, bro.
The next stage is they're not gonna need warrants because they're gonna accept that, oh, we're gonna just do, you let the AI surveil you in your house. It won't be a person. It won't be a person invading your privacy. It will be the AI.
Yeah.
You know, so then if you see the ICE troops, it's because they're working on intel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, they know, like, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what's coming down the line. They created this chaos in order to bring in that technological demon shit, man.
Because it's
And by the way, we told you ICE weren't about no fucking illegal immigrants, man.
Oh, that's the least it was.
They don't care about illegal immigrants. It's about you, the US citizen.
Yeah, because who's the threat? Bro, the threat is Brad and his 357 Magnum. Like, Hector ain't doing shit.
Hector's
Hector's
working.
trying to just get his $9 an hour and send it to
Farming,
Mexico. He ain't on that.
Can't afford a gun.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. He's a cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Gotta buy another mop.
Yeah. He's trying to sort these strawberries and make it happen.
Exactly. Revelation 16:14, for they're the spirit of devils working miracles, which these AIs and all of that sort of stuff, it's a part of Esau's miracles, man.
Bro, it really is, because they like, you know, like normally, you got something called when a person jots down brainstorms. Like, the AI can have 100 tabs open, bro. Like, they can monitor what you do at school, what you do at home. It's basically their artificial fucking angels, man.
But that's what we were saying for years.
Artificial angels.
We were saying that for years, that the Esau's angels is the AI.
That's
And,
it.
you know, they made to make us believe that like they're all knowing, so they know everything, all the information is accurate. No, it's not. And they don't even have on a footnote. It's like, oh, not every search is errors and all this kind of stuff. But they make you believe that it's like faultless almost.
Yes.
Right. So when an AI says something,
Ministry of
that's the truth.
That's what
You know what I'm saying? He's a terrorist now. It's true. We've got all the information because they got all this knowledge that no one knows about.
Yeah.
You know.
What it's sort of like with banks and bank loans, bro. If the computer says no, the computer says no. Like, and sometimes you have to call them and be like, oh, actually, they'll admit it. Like it was their internal system that created it. And that's it.
So what got me thinking about the ICE thing is that under the Patriot Act, they already can arrest you and not have to do no due process or tell your family that you've been arrested. That's already on the books. And everyone's ignoring that through the Patriot Act and the NDAA. They already have that power. So when the AI, when the AI starts identifying these people, and what they'll do is they'll have a few people where it looks like, yeah, it's legit. That's what they'll do. You know, it's legit. That's just to start that. Then it will start making shit up, but you'll believe it's real.
What's that saying that people in the world have? There's no, on false allegation, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
You know, so people believe it.
And then you throw in all the artificial videos, you know, the deep fakes and shit. You throw in all that stuff, bro. Bro, AI is gonna, well, it's really fucking up the world, really.
Yeah, it's done.
But it's a weapon. Esau's can use it as a weapon to get what he wants.
And it's like when you look into surveillance tech, there's a really good show, Spycraft, on Netflix, man. It goes into all of the different technology, different ways Esau could spy on you before. Like the one that always got me is a laser, man. They have a laser and they'll shoot it at you like curtain, right? And then the minute vibrations, they're able to hear what you're saying. Then you hear some of the stuff that I believe like Mossad has done, where it's like they can see what you're typing, because by having like a microphone next to your keyboard, because it's like the wire has ever so slightly different electrical signal.
You know, I'm talking Isaiah 14,
right?
Like the Most High.
Yeah. So those are looks. So imagine you think I can just type it, but these times he can hear what you're typing, see, decode your password and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get the scripture. Esau's trying to be like he has a God complex. Yeah. And that's what the MOTV system is. It's Esau is gonna be God, man.
This is I'll skip it. This is Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
But the Lucifer there ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about these elites. Call themselves the illuminated. They call themselves the ones that are in the light, when they're really the princes of darkness.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like I remember Apostle Rhymelab saying in the Spanish Bible that it's not even capitalized, that word Lucifer, but in the English one, see, so you're thinking it's like a person and you.
No, it's these elites that they think that nobody
Yeah.
can see them.
Yeah.
They work in their witchcraft and pulling the strings, but really the Lord is setting them up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's just the man.
It's just the man.
Really been the whole Lucifer thing is really in this verse when Esau's getting like
Yes.
the Lord is bantering him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I thought you're so smart.
Yeah.
So how come you do you know what it is? You know when the guy says, oh man, I know Kung Fu, and you get punched in the mouth. So how come you got punched in the
I thought
mouth,
he was a
man?
master.
I thought he was the master. He's getting mocked.
Because those that bear the light is supposed to they guide the way,
Yeah.
right? So they hit them to know the way. But that way led them into destruction. So you're dumb.
Yeah, it's sort of like how Spence called himself the truth, and then Bud beat the shit out. I thought it was the truth, man. Yes, yeah. It says be back in it. Yeah. You know, so I was watching that like last night. I didn't watch it when I get bored.
Rachel's still crying. Bro. That was a beat. That was a beat.
There was a punch that he landed when he was going down and it kept him up. Beat him up.
No, even man, I was rooting for Bud that night, and I had to repent, bro. When you just felt you was there, we was watching it, man. We was like, yo, man. Your fans put you in trouble, man. Yeah, God,
It says, how are they cut down to the ground? Was Spence got cut down to the ground? So like, yeah, which is weakened the nations.
Shows you it's a man.
Yeah,
Because it's Esau, like Trump in America, what they're doing is they purposely mess with nations, man. Handicap them with sanctions, tariffs, and war. You know, proxies and all kind of things.
weekend in America, too.
Yeah. The inside, you know.
Yeah, he's a saboteur, man. Esau's a saboteur. And that's what makes it worse. What makes you get fucking angry is that they walking around here like they're the saviors of mankind and they're upholding everyone. No, you're a saboteur, bro. You sabotage people. You undermine.
And we discussed it in the car before we came out. It's like this whole Venezuelan thing, right? He's claiming he's taking Maduro out, so you know he's not so bad to the people no more, so they can live fuller lives, right? The only reason why they fucked up in the first place is because you sanctioned them on oil imports and shit. So they couldn't make money. But now you said, well, we're gonna let you sell money. Bro, you're the reason why they fucked up.
We're tired of you devils, man, and your third world this and first world this. You're scum, man. Under your management, you're Amarim, you're the Reuben Amarim of fucking earth. Under your management, right? Everything is just destroyed and messed up, man. Even your own country, and then you turn around and blaming immigrants for your own country going to hell. This is insane. That's why we're tired of you, man. You need to be cut off immediately, man. First world high IQ demons. Yeah.
He keeps these certain countries in poverty for his own exploitation purposes, man.
Yeah. Play. Get beat up.
Like you get certain places where he knows that basically to get a good deal in terms of the minerals that are there, that he needs to keep that local population down. Right, there's certain I was speaking about a couple of weeks, bro. He's got certain places he keeps poor so he can go and do
And
sexual
uneducated.
exploits.
The IMF will come in and then they'll make sure that you take money away from education and give it to them. And then they'll turn around and go, look, they got low IQs. It's like, bro, like, you're such a demon, man. Anyway, man's gonna start dunning off Esau.
It's Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. America is not well ordered, man, and everyone can see that.
The scam,
You know?
it's not for the people and by the people. It's for the elites, and that's becoming more clear by the day. And this guy Trump was meant to be the one to come in, and he's a savior, and you know. But if you really actually look at everything Trump has done, he's destroyed America. The tariffs he put on China didn't help America. He's taxing America.
He's saying with so much money coming in now, you ain't got to pay income tax.
Yeah. When you get that UBI, you won't have to pay income tax. You know what I mean? You don't pay tax on UBI. That's what he's talking about. Everything he's doing is destroying America's image in the world. He's destroying the dollar, and that's the one thing that no one is keeping an eye on that. Since Trump came in, the dollar is just going pew, because everything he's doing, and then he wants to lower interest rates. Bro, do you know what? You know what that will do when he lowers them interest rates, bro? What that will do to the purchasing power of the dollar?
Bro, you know it's crazy. You know. Right now in Ghana, like conversations with the government, but even it's implemented locally, where bro, a lot of people don't like people paying with dollars. I'm like, bro, I don't want to split. It's not that bad.
Oh,
People don't want the dollars. Like,
He's killing it, man. But then he's
dollars,
saying
it
he's
gets
winning.
nice,
It's America's the ultimate propaganda. He says, "Oh, we're winning." No, you're not winning, bro. America's been cooked. It's cooked, and he's just there to demolish it more and more.
Gaslight you.
And gaslight you that, oh, I'm the greatest president ever. Like, nah, you're the I call him the demolition man, because he's demolishing America and the rest of the world, man. He's the magician.
I was just quickly say, man, like the dollar to the pound is 73p for a pound for a dollar.
Oh, we used to be
It was
getting all
80p,
that.
85p.
like 89p, 90p.
Yeah.
I gotta send money to my mom, so that helps me.
Dollars cooked.
Now that's actually, bro, I didn't know it was that.
Dollars cooked. The manufacturing ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It cannot be healed. There's the scriptures, man. With the hill Babylon, but she cannot be healed.
the boomers destroyed everything, man.
For Proverbs 11:9, an hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through the knowledge shall the just be delivered.
Like, look at the farmers. What he did, the soy farmers. Man put tariffs on man did a trade war with China over the soy, right? So China's like, all right, cool, we just buy our soy from Brazil. Then all the soy farmers are complaining because now he's got to take government money. He said he's got to take government money to prop up the farmers. That's communism. I thought these men were about capitalism. It's free market. If that man failed, they should fail.
I said everything he's doing is destroying America. Because not only obviously, doing trade wars, all these nations that he relies on, these people rely on, right? The AI is taking people's jobs as well. He's getting the immigrants out. Who's left in America to do anything?
America is
Finished.
it's cooked.
The debt is only increasing.
Yeah.
That's on my adding another $500 billion onto the defense budget. Where's that money coming from? So he's devaluing the dollar.
He hasn't explained where it's come from.
You're gonna print it.
Bro, it's really a third world country.
Yeah. It's okay though. It's got the World Cup, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it's insane. And then they're talking about this Somali thing, yeah. And then Esau always does that. He will prop up some
A group you don't like.
yeah, and they say, oh look, see this. Which after that shit turned out, it was bullshit.
Yeah.
And that guy that they said is the investigative journalist, it's not an agent. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that now the Somalis are the face of fraud in America. Forget about Mark Rich and all them guys here and all the fraud these men have been doing for years. The Pentagon does not know where all this money's going. The Pentagon has failed the last 7 audits. They do not know where that money goes. Yeah, why didn't Doge go into notice? The Doge never went into the Pentagon to find out where all this money's going. Oh no, don't talk about that. But there's some Somalis over there. Let's talk about that because it's convenient to have that scapegoat.
You remember the Senate hearing, man, where it was like a bag of bushels, right? Some mechanical shit. It was like 90 grand for a small bag you can go for get for $3. $90,000.
But that's why black ops exist. Because you can't know about it. You're not allowed to know about it. So all these things get done in on the dark web. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that shit.
Look, but they're leaking money left, right, and center, and that's fine. Because the job is to increase the debt, but they want that crisis too.
It's the same way that they say, they redact shit, right? Oh, we can't talk about it, it's classified. It's the same shit with this money that goes in the black hole. You're not meant to know about it. They don't want you to know about it, so it didn't exist.
These
They
men
don't
are
exist.
getting rich off that. But the money's going somewhere. The money's not disappearing. It's going to somewhere.
Like, it's not destroyed, only transferred and stuff. It just goes somewhere.
These Edomites, the elite Edomites, that's how they get their wealth, man. The whole of America is a fraud. It's been that way for a very long time.
Finish reading this. Sirach 10:2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's what Trump is, man. It's spade, it's stupid as fuck. Right?
Yeah, and what is wisdom? Wisdom is ruling according to the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. See, Esau's gone about establishing his own self. He wants the world to believe that his way is the wisdom. Look at me, I'm a high IQ first worlder, and my wisdom and the way you're meant to run a society is the best. But then they'll call themselves Christians.
They don't follow.
But they don't follow what's in the scriptures. They actually think that they're superior to what's in the scriptures.
Yep.
My way is superior. Forget what the scriptures say. My laws are superior. My way of being, my science is superior.
And it's not that they're stupid. As I said in Trump stupid as fuck, it's not that he's stupid, right? It's all done intentionally,
It's not incompetence.
right? No, it's not
It's
incompetence.
because they believe in hurting people. They're at the very core of the society. It's not based upon love thy neighbor as thyself. It's based upon hate. Everything that's sinful, hate, greed, murder. It's basically Negronomics, man. That's where they got it from. Do what you gotta do with this getting you shit. That's the way of Esau.
Yeah.
It's just that Esau's it's PR. He gets to be civilized while he does it.
Yeah.
So Trump can get up there, and what's he got behind him? A bag of guns,
Yeah.
killing instruments.
And that's one thing that's been really beautiful, the whole Greenland situation, because it's like, yeah, we know it was a political farce and stuff, but it was just seeing how these Edomites were responding to it. Of like, yeah, because it is true. What can Greenland do? But they were like, yeah, what can Greenland do? Yeah, we're gonna go in there.
It's a
They can't come.
thing.
Yeah.
But then think of it, yeah, how, because I did a chat GPT. Listen, Pookie see another guy got a corner. They want to take that corner for their own resource development. Yeah, they want to increase their profits. Yeah, so he got his soldiers. They got a couple AKs. They go spray up the block. They might hit two of them. Nigga bleeding. One youth gets clapped through a window. Heat comes down from the cops. Couple man go jail. But now they got the corner and they're making money. Yeah. Okay, some lives have been hurt. Esau does that on a grand scale, but he's got suits on, and man act like it didn't happen. Like it's like, like threatening Greenland. Even if let's say America was to invade Greenland, you understand that the death toll that would bring? Because what he was saying is, if you wanted to go to war with the European states over Greenland, bro, that's not one or two people dying, you know. And not only that, the ramifications of that economically, the amount of people the impact it would have. Forget Pookie. But then he could just do that and they can have a discussion about it and they still get to be called civilized people.
It'd be like another civil war, you know, between the Brits and the French and the you know, all that went on. Bare men died during those wars, right? Then, you know, if that was to happen, it would be a crazy death toll.
Yeah.
But America's trying to say, oh, we're trying to protect you from Russia and from China. It's bullshit.
And you could be flippant about it. Yeah, because he was being flippant.
Yeah. Can I grab this real quick? 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
They get to parade around like they're like some higher form of being, and they're just non-violent angels and elves. And it's like, bro, like what Jake does in his little ghetto, you do on a grand scale in the earth.
Oh.
Like you went into Iraq and 1 million Iraqis died. 1 million for oil. That's not adding in all the deaths that then come from healthcare and all these things. And then
the lingering effect of
you realize in America, right, the deaths from gang violence. It's and I'm talking about the entire era, the whole era. It's not even like 200,000.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a very small. Just that one Iraq war, the death toll has
way more than anything.
eclipsed anything Jake has done. But Jake's violent.
And the thing is, whenever it comes to Esau never gives out the full numbers. Because, and that was another thing as well that they came out, was like, if there's an insurgent, and let's say there's an insurgent here, so then collateral damage doesn't get counted. Would you call it, or rather, no, you're not counted as collateral damage, you're counted as one of the insurgents. So then the numbers look even lower. Panama Deception documentary goes into that, because the Americans, they were trying to say 200 people died at first.
And then people that know
is in 1,000. Same way with Grenfell.
Yeah.
With Grenfell, remember we saw the firefighter. They said 73 people died at Grenfell.
And the fireman who's there,
actually there.
it's like
Well,
minimum 500 people.
Well, he was like, what that?
that will get talked away with a bunch of press conferences and all this. And did we follow the rules?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pookie lays off an AK on a basketball court to get couple ups, and hit some youth, He's just, which he is. He's the scum of the earth. He's irredeemable.
Bro, recently, like last night, I randomly came across a clip about a people called a land called the it's called the Che Gus Islands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chagos Islands.
Yeah. Bro,
They removed them all from the island, didn't they?
Britain
Yeah.
and owned that land. It was near the Seychelles, isn't it?
Yeah.
And America wanted that land as an army base.
Yeah.
So they
They
just
just evacuated.
so they secretly had a treaty because UK owed America 14 million. So they said, let's just give you that land to make it as your base. So this uprooted a whole country of people. You know what I mean? It's a small fucking island.
But still, they
That's not the
lived
point. That's not the point. Man just gazumped a whole people and moved them.
Look, bro, on that as well, though, it's, when you look into a lot of the nuclear experimentation that they did, they were just dropping bombs near Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like, so people just be on an island just chilling, and then they just see and they're like, "Yo,
You know what? That's
Bikini Atoll." That's
what
where,
I was gonna say. There's a dark theory on SpongeBob.
yeah.
Like, that's why the crabs and all the characters they're all bugged out. It's as a result of
Because they call it Bikini Bottom, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's like you got the Bikini Atoll, right? It's a coral reef in the Marshall Islands, famous as the site of U.S. nuclear weapons testing. For 12 years, 1946 and 1958.
But he's civilized. And we're just third world apes that can't control ourselves. We have no impulse control.
And then now, now your kids watch SpongeBob like it's a clown. But it's got a dark fucking theory.
I got a precept here, man.
Let's go.
This is Psalm 7:14. It's behold, he travaileth with iniquity. Which that's iniquity. It's removing the neighbor's landmark.
Just take him out.
And have conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. They lie. They always lie about themselves, man. And try to frame themselves as what upstanding citizens and civilized people, even while they're acting uncivilized. They're acting like gangsters and gunmen. They're on badness in the earth. You know, we want to take the oil from Venezuela, but just go and grab up man and shoot up his security team. Some gangster shit. And then it's just, oh no, that's cool. But when Pookie's doing it on the block, he's the worst thing got, which we're not condoning Pookie. We're not saying that Pookie's in the right. The point is that Pookie's the villain. Pookie's Satan incarnate. Pookie's a third world. Pookie's low IQ. But then these men do the same things on a bigger scale with more death and destruction. And it's like, where the first world was civilized.
After this, can I?
Yeah, let's finish. He said he made a pit and digged it and is falling into the ditch which he made, because ultimately all the wickedness that you Edomites have done in the earth is going to come back on you. Your warmongering is funny, because how are you going to go out? You're going to go out in war. Wars that you create. The proliferation of these deadly, super demonic. You did that. The modern day arms, everyone was happy just swords fighting, bro. You know, swords and arrows. Yeah, and then you look at them ancient wars, man will get 10,000 man here, 10,000 man here, man will duke it out. Whoever lost, it is what it is. You pay tribute, man. Now you're the one that brought up a war where you're just flipping every man. Like, listen, your country needs you. We got this big ass machine gun, and now we're just gonna throw men at this machine gun, and then you end up with 1 million man dead.
And have a weapon that has like some toxic chemicals shit that makes your son's born with like nine noses. Right?
And it's you.
I mean,
You have proliferated these destructive weapons in the earth. The top weapons developers and weapons companies in the world that are supplying the world with all these super destructive weapons. They're either my own. It's Israel, European, and American companies, man. That
Yes.
are creating
Oh,
all these
yeah,
weapons,
yeah,
man.
yes, yeah. But back in the day, like a brother did a video on it. All the weapons, like guns, type of guns, they're all named after either.
Just the destructive capability
Yeah.
that's out here.
The German ones. I never met a gun called Tyrone or John.
And you love that. Esau loves that. You put more money into developing destruction than you do into healthcare, than you do into education. Your favorite thing is death.
Yeah.
You get listen, this is what we do know. Esau don't like women. That's why your birth rate is where it's at. Yeah. But I know what gets Esau real hard. Big guns.
Yeah.
You ever watch them
Yeah.
Discovery Channel and man's talking about tanks and Esau's loving it like, oh, Lord, the missile. Oh, look at my gun. And man, I got the big barrel.
Polishing
Like, polishing the shaft, sucking it off, man.
you know how that's how, you know, when Jake would be speaking, yeah, boy, she was fine. That's
That's
all.
what he said.
Bro, I saw one video. Edomite made a ray gun at home. Bro, Edomite made a ray gun at home.
Yeah, these Edomites love death, man. They love it, but then we're the violent ones. See, but he's not violent. He's mass producing death. Yeah. It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord the Most High. So you ain't gonna go out like Sukkot. You gonna listen. You gonna go out in violence.
Right.
You are gonna go out. That's why America is not gonna go out like you just collapse, like a normal collapse. Oh, you're gonna collapse, but you're gonna. That's why the Bible says, "Thus with violence shall Babylon the Great be destroyed." You have to go out with what you sowed in the earth. Is how you're gonna go out, man, in utter destruction, man,
That's scripture.
and mean that.
Can I grab this information real quick? I'll speed through it. It says, were people living in Bikini Islands, so the Bikini Atoll, right, when the nuclear test took place, right? It goes on to say, so it says, no, people were not living on the atoll during the actual detonations, as the US government forcibly relocated the entire native population. It says, in February 1946.
Bro, that's a big deal. Bro.
Yeah.
Like having to leave homeland. Real, like, just brother, bro. Like, after
It's much. And you know what Esau would say? Well, at least you didn't leave him there.
like,
But it's like, but bro, you should.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Esau's reasoning, isn't it? Like, bro, you uprooted. But then,
Yeah.
that's like, bro, imagine just having to leave everything.
because some Edomite wants to test his toy,
It says,
that's gonna radiate the earth and
exactly.
cause cancer all over the earth.
Thing when it comes to
Your country.
America,
Just give everyone £90.
Exactly.
Go home, man.
I mean, but
That's what Esau
the
do.
elite, though.
That's what Esau do. Like,
The elite says it's £90. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it says, the departure in 1946, the residents were moved 125 miles east to the uninhabited Rogneric Atoll. It says, while 23 nuclear tests were conducted, right? What you call it? They weren't, you know, they kept trying to move them. It says the resources on Rogneric weren't adequate, and the population began to starve within 2 years.
You gotta be a demon, first of all, right? And it's just what I've been talking about this. Bro, you have to be a demon to utilize a weapon, right, that indiscriminately just destroys a land and pollutes the earth. And that's what a nuclear weapon is. We're talking about a weapon that indiscriminately wipes a place out here. It makes it uninhabitable. To the point where you create so much of the weapons, it's called mutually assured destruction.
Yep.
What kind of demon would be so lustful towards destruction to create such a weapon? You should be like, yo, this is too much. No, you put money into developing a weapon that is creating disease, is creating genetic modification in people. You'd be like, nah, man, that's fucked up. That could come back to me. It's in the air. It goes up into the airstream. It's in the water. Man's like, no, fuck that. I need a bigger one.
Yeah.
Bro, these men are demons, man.
Okay, 3 quick. Revelation 6 and 4, and they went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat there on to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. and they was given unto him a great sword.
Great sword, man. That's Esau. That's what he masters it. Forget your IQ. You master it depth. And you think that gives you the true power. But you're gonna find out there's a greater power than you, man.
So, just finish this real quick, right? So it says, although Bikini itself was evacuated, residents of nearby atolls were not always moved before later, more powerful tests. During 1954 Castle Bravo test, radioactive fallout contaminated inhabited atolls like Rongelap and Uterik, causing severe radiation sickness, birth defects, and long-term health issues for those residents.
I have a quick one.
Yeah, that's demonic when you think of it. So now you got a youth with 5 heads.
And they don't really talk about the impact it's had on the earth. They don't really talk about that side of things.
Fuck it. Yeah.
You know, because
Hey,
things have changed. Things are different now. You know?
And then Esau do a charity and get fucking faded ex-footballer to sign a shirt for it.
Yeah,
This nigga's got no eyes.
Got the UEFA Foundation.
Nah, but now Esau, like you being green. He wants you to be green, but you're the one picking the earth.
Exactly.
It's real. When you really, and this is what, if your mind isn't right, yeah, you don't see it for what it is. It's really base behavior. It's war monkey. There's nothing enlightened or class. It's real low level, low vibration behavior, man.
This is Deuteronomy 20:19. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time in the making war against it, take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down, for the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not for meat for trees, thou shalt destroy and cut them down. But the point is, it's like, at least even war, there's a way you got to conduct yourself with the actual land.
Esau's
You can just take it all. Like,
indiscriminate, man.
The thing is, he won't use these trees. He'll go to find your trees and cut them down.
yeah.
Because guess what? He just wants to exercise power, and that's what he's a monkey. He's a demon, man.
Really is.
That's like the same thing. Like, oh, we'll take your oil.
Yeah.
My oil. You got your own oil. Yeah, we want your oil.
Oh, you know what they'll say? Oh, well, you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
But this is the thing.
And that's one of the things.
Esau, like, as much knowledge as he's been given on the left-hand side, he's not wise enough or not smart enough to deal with it. He's just a child with it. He's a child with knowledge.
But what kind
He's
of
not smart.
That's like a man's got a wife, yeah.
Yeah,
Let me take his wife. Oh, you don't know how to handle it. That's demonic, bro. Like, no, bro. The Bible tells you, man, thou shalt not steal, but you don't. It doesn't say, but you can steal if the person doesn't know how to use it. Like, what kind of rationale is this?
It's no rationale. Bro, if a man wants to use a gold bar to bash his head in, it's his gold. You can't go and rob him because bash his head in his gold.
Justify. Esau fine. Yeah, good.
It's like, but on that, because I was about to mention when Esau came into the Americas, he saw that there was gold and silver in the streams, and these guys, they don't know what to use. Nah, they knew what to do with it. They left it there for a purpose, to purify the water, man. And that's the thing. Esau thinks that he's so smart.
And they're not so paranoid that they need to go all the damn time. I've got to hoard all the gold. They don't need to do all that. They just get that little gold angle, whatever. But they need to
strip the earth bare.
Yeah, what for?
You're a demon, man.
Put it into a vault that no one can look at.
Because the Bible says that evil eye, man, that covetousness, man, and it lacks balance and understanding in the earth. And that's why the earth is being destroyed and the people are being abused, the people are tired. Because Esau is a mindless ape, masquerading as someone that's got this high intelligence and IQ, but he's not.
But Scripture say knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. You know? Don't know.
Oh, you still hold the Isaiah 40?
Yeah.
No, go.
It's Isaiah 24, verse 4. I'll read in the NLT, bro. Sure. It says, the earth mourns and dries up, and the crops waste away and wither. Even the greatest people on earth waste away. The earth suffers for the sins of its people, for they have twisted God's instruction, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant.
Yeah, Esau don't, like we always say, man, Esau thinks he's superior to the Most High. That's why he makes up his own laws. Even though he calls himself Christian, all these Christian nationalists, oh, we're Christian, mate, yeah, bacon, yeah. And these men don't know nothing about the Bible. They couldn't tell you 10 scriptures in the Bible. They'll die, but listen, they will actually die. You get a gun out and say, listen, even if it's like paraphrase 10 scriptures out the Bible. They wouldn't know nothing. They wouldn't know nothing about the Bible.
John 3:16, that'll be it.
Esau went about setting up his own thing, and then he'll make a law and break a law. You know what I'm saying? He will do whatever he's got to do to justify his wickedness. Whatever he wants to do that day, he'll find a way to justify it.
So like I always think about that. It's like when you read, what was it, when in Esther, man, right? The what was it, Soros and them. Basically, it was like, yo, like it's the king decreed it. Like once it was decreed, that was it. But when you look at Esau, like he doesn't even have his word. Like how can you deal with a man that doesn't even have his word don't mean
Change
anything?
his mind. That's what he did with the Native American Indians, man. He'll say, oh, he'll make a deal, and then when he finds out there's something there that he wants, his word ain't his God.
Exactly. It's kind of like that president said. So okay, calm. You know?
Oh yeah. Was it Andrew Jackson or something like that? Yeah, because they even won it in their own court. And he said, all right, go and enforce it. And it's like, no, he couldn't because the president runs the military. So it's like, yeah, we're taking the land. Fuck them. Because they wanted the resources. But then everyone else is a third world savage now.
Psalms 50:16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee.
The law is not there only when it suits you. Even the Israelites, if you look at our conquests, yeah, we never took no one's land. The Ammonites had their land. The Moabites had their land. Now we might put them on the tribute, but in fact there was a war that happened with them pussios, so they tried to say we took their land, and we didn't, because the Lord gave us strict instructions. When we came out of Egypt, we had to go through all these guys' lands. The Lord said, don't take, if you want water from them, you buy it. If you want food from them, you buy it. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't a case of go into the land and then just start going and everyone's land, we're just gonna take that land. No, we didn't take nobody's land. In fact, a lot of the wars David had with those different nations, because they came against us. And so David had to put them under subjection and then put them under tribute. And then you had, during the time of Solomon, a lot of nations that were under the Israelite Empire came willingly. They were like, yo, you know what I mean? We need some of that wisdom. We're going to be tribute unto you. We were never the type of people that would just go around and do what Esau did, which is actually take someone's land, rename it, move this person. That because the law says, remove not thy neighbor's landmark. So as rich and as powerful as you are, it still doesn't give you the justification to just go and take a man's land and his heritage.
That's why the scripture speaks about Esau. He doesn't keep it at home. And he's got his own land, his own inheritance that the Lord gave him, but he's not happy with his portion. He wants to take everybody else's portion, which is not something that we were even told to do. Even though we're the chosen people, we were never told to go and take everyone's land from them.
It's not recorded. He didn't do that because that's how you're supposed to live according to the law. But Esau don't want to live according to the law. Yeah, he can't live in a world where, and this is the funny thing, he's talking about a rules-based order. Esau, but even that, it was a fraud. That's what even the Canadian guy was telling the truth. Even the rules-based order that was developed after 1945 was a fraud, because that thing with the Chagas Islands happened after 57. They've been breaking the rules of the order.
Imagine that. You're just at home, someone's come with a van.
America's been breaking international law. So they made international law and they still break the law. In our kingdom, there's going to be a rules-based order that's going to be kept at all times. No excuses. So one nation is not going to get to go and rob another nation of their resources and their land. No. That doesn't happen.
Technicalities and all this.
Yeah. That's a true rules-based order. Yeah,
Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
Yeah, like, bro, I mean, I would say little example on that is when there was the opium wars. Like the British were just mad that the Chinese didn't need anything. So he said, let's get your people high so you need something.
Diabolical.
I mean, like, imagine that. You know what I'm saying?
The fucking pimp, innit? And get,
Yeah.
get the
And they don't get, and again, that doesn't stick.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jake sell an 8-bag, it sticks to us.
It
We're
sticks
just
to
drug
us.
dealers. But he could drug deal and actively do it to destroy people. And it's just like, well, you know,
Right.
again, use as a weapon.
the demon, man. He's got to go. But the worst thing about him is he's trying to be God in the earth. The Bible tells you the earth is the Lord's and everything in it and the fullness thereof. Esau's trying to be that God. So he's trying to be omnipotent. He's trying to be all powerful. He's trying to be all seeing. But the way he's trying to achieve that is through technology. He's a crazy dude.
You know, I have an article headline from Vice: How the British Empire became one of the biggest drug pushers in history.
Diabolical.
They push drugs, man.
Diabolical. But
Shotters.
they get to walk. What annoys me,
Sometimes.
man, they get to walk around like
Yeah.
their shit don't stink. Like and everyone else is just dirty and criminal. You're the biggest criminals, man.
Eventually.
You still got Isaiah 40.
Yeah.
Proverbs 4 and 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and they drink the wine of violence.
That's it. They profit. Their whole society is based on wickedness and violence. This is how they've exalted themselves in the earth through lying, stealing, cheating, underhandedness, violence. This is how they are where they are, and they get to turn their nose up at other people.
Yes.
How? You're Satan. America was founded by literally genociding the Native American Indians and enslaving the so-called Negroes, and not even just enslaving them. Because it's not just a matter that you enslaved them, you mistreated them and abused them and destroyed their minds. These Negroes that you see walking around, these bugged out, super down bad, like crazy individuals you see crawling through the ghetto are a product of your mistreatment. They are children of trauma.
So,
They are the product of generations, of being under you. This is a fact. They're an abused people. If you abuse a people, of course you're gonna get some bug outs. You'd be surprised if there weren't no bug outs. Jacob got a lot of mental illnesses and all sorts because of you. Because we have to grow up among our enemy, man, being tortured in the mind, being traumatized, being talked down on all the damn time, being guilty for nothing.
Okay. So then let's look at it like this, right? The whole opium war thing, right? What was the purpose of that? Right, to degrade China so mad,
So they can
take advantage of them.
come and take advantage and make
Right.
money.
So the same thing can be said when you brought the drugs into the neighborhoods with the so-called blacks, right? It's to degrade Jake, so you can get to this point now and say, look at these criminals and these barbarians or whatever.
You could bring in the police state on Jake.
Yeah.
You destroy the family. ChatGPT actually broke it down very well. All the different things that can be achieved by that, and it was achieved.
And say it's not all Jake's fault. Jake have a part to play for their condition, but at the same time, Esau has played his role in degrading us to the point where there's a portion of, not all of us, there's a portion of people that are just fucking gone.
Yeah.
Right, but Esau will try and say, "Oh, that's all of us." That's not true.
No. But they also, like you said, that goes back into the scripture. Woe unto him that giveth unto his neighbor. Oh, yeah.
Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their naked.
And that's what they do. So they can sit across in their little middle class area and look over and say, "Oh, look at those animals." You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, you created that situation.
it's interesting when I asked ChatGPT to show me all colonial powers that got rich by drugs. And it says the British, the Dutch, the French, Portuguese, Spanish, and Belgians. They all got rich. So tomorrow, that's our lesson. Actually. You know what I mean? Like they got rich by drugs, bro. But here it is. Jake on a BMX is just the biggest.
Yeah, Jake is the face of the county. Lines, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, the fanny pack.
As if Esau don't love the packet.
Esau loves it. But remember, you had that London mayoral candidate that was like, yeah, man, to help actually stop the drug dealing, we're gonna test everyone in the city as examples for City of London where all the bankers work, right? You're gonna test everyone for drugs, right? And of course, he never won.
Yeah, 'cause they stay on the packet, man.
Exactly.
Esau loved the packet.
He loves the pack. He loves that.
Tommy Robinson was
He's
he
a
loved
cokehead.
the packet. He talked about it. The packet. Oh, this is the worst thing about it, man.
He's a cokehead.
These Edomites, man.
Red as shit.
They are degenerate.
Yeah.
It's just that their degeneracy is winked at. Oh,
Yeah.
Jack the lad. Yeah, go to IB for take a bunch of drugs, rape a bunch of women,
And shit in the
fucking
pool.
sit in the pool, vomit everywhere. Ah, it's Jack the lad.
Yeah,
And then Jake has a party and has a fight. Oh, the monkeys are at it again. Oh, there's a video. I don't slack it, man. There's a video where a bunch of Jakes, and these are not poor Jakes. These obviously Jakes that got money. They went to some fucking ski resort here. And there's a video of them getting lit, you know? Jake's up there listening to hip hop and shit and getting lit. And all the comments are like, oh, like, it's skiing. Look at them. Look how they're acting and blah, blah, blah. Bro, all you need to do is type in ski resort rave. Edomites.
Shirt off.
Look in the comments. Oh, that looks fun. They did the exact same thing, and it's like, oh, skiing is over. They're monkeys. Huh?
What just happened the other day? They all died. What, 40 of them died in the fucking ski thing?
Yeah. And they was watching the fire.
They was watching the fire like idiots.
They were off that packet, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure no black person.
He's so feminine, man. He gets scared with the energy.
Yeah.
Gets scared with the energy.
They're not scared.
Intimidated.
He's not scared of it. No. They hate. They don't want you to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
If they see you having fun, they have to hate on it.
Even Declan Rice gets down, right? Declan Rice.
That's what Jake, they do it all the time. Like Jake can't have a carnival because it's evil, it's bad. People are smoking weed, but then they can have Reading Festival, and women can get raped, and they can have all the drugs they want, and it's not a problem. It's Jack the Lad. Jack the Lad can go do a prank, and it's Jack the Lad's having a prank. Black man does a prank. Oh, fucking third world monkey. You don't know. He's just troubling people. Leave
You
people
can
alone.
put shit in a bag and a firework for your letterbox, right? And
It's cool. It's Jack the Lad.
that's growing up, innit? Just growing up, innit? You know.
It's not the same. There was one video where a bunch of white boys was fighting in the streets here, and all the comments were like, "Yeah, you know that boys will be boys." You know, them man. Let that be a couple black men. Oh, the monkeys are at it again. They're aping out. So in this society, and this is what in this society we can't win.
Double standard.
We can't win. We're damned if we do, and damned if we can't. We're not allowed to have a bad day. If we have a good day, it's DEI. What the fuck? If you're unemployed, you're scrounging off. If you get a job, it's DEI. You took a white man.
You got a Benz, do drugs.
You can't win. There's no winning for Jake.
I
in
ain't
the
got a
society.
Benz. I never got a Benz. I'm not doing drugs.
Esau's the biggest hater.
Come on. You make a mistake, you're incompetent. Esau makes a mistake, it's understandable. You know?
Yeah, it's like I spoke about a couple of weeks ago. You had that Edomite who flew a plane into a mountain with a whole bunch of people on board, and he had a bit of mental health. He killed a couple hundred people, blood.
No DEI mentions that.
The T word weren't mentioned. Had that been Abdullah,
Yeah. Bro, you can't do nothing for this man. Like, you see the thing with Manu, right?
Yeah.
Bro, the man went to the NBA game the other night. After the game, the Man City game. Bro, they were dunning him out for that. They said, see, he's arrogant. He's already stuff. Bro, I went to a basketball game on his day off. What the fuck is going on?
Get reset.
But Jack Grealish, Yeah, good.
This is Ezekiel 35, verse 11. So therefore, as I live, saith Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee.
Esau envious, jealous. He has a hatred for us, man. He don't want to see us doing well. So then it's a catch-22 then. So on one hand, he will deride Jake for being, when they see Jake being vile, oh, they're vile. But then if you actually try and fix yourself up, yeah, and show yourself to be a higher class citizen, he'll hate you then too.
Why is he doing better than me?
But how did he get into that college? How did so, well, what do you want from me, man? What do you want? Do you want me to elevate myself or you want me to be a degenerate?
And everyone knows it's harder for Jake to do anything in this world, man. No, we have to try so much harder.
No, you can't even have an accent. You can't, if you have an accent, you talk like a black guy, a black kid from London who has Caribbean roots. Yeah. Oh, mate, look, they're fucking uneducated. He's fucking uneducated. Yeah, he's a third welder. Bro, have you heard yourself talk? So white people in Britain are allowed to be Scousers. They're allowed to be Scottish. They're allowed to have
What's the shit accent, man?
no, they're allowed to have accents.
Unintelligible.
They're allowed to have slangs. They're allowed to have slangs. You can have all the slangs in the world. But if Jake has an accent and if Jake has a slang, he's an uneducated third world monkey and he can't even speak English properly. And you should speak more British. Which British, bro? You want me to speak like a Scouse? Or you want me to speak like a Cockney? Which one? Let me pick one. Because there's loads of different accents in the UK. And then when Eubank Jr. speak like the Queen, they fucking clown him for it. Oh, why does he speak like that? What can we do? So we can't even.
What for me?
You can't do nothing for this devil. You can't. And that's why I don't. There's no point trying to please Esau. You got to get right for the Lord, because you can't get right for Esau. Get right for the Lord. Be the best you can be, because it's what you're to do. The Lord said, "Be ye perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." So seek perfection, not to please Esau, because you will never please Esau. You will never ever please Esau. Esau will always find a way to cast you down in order to elevate himself. In fact, the more you go up, the more angry you will be, because you will expose his mediocre self. When they see Jake with money, oh my Lord.
Bro, you know, I don't like, let's say I'll be at my nan's or whatever, and there'll be a builder. So where do you live, man? I don't tell them like the area, because it like
Well, they be hating.
they be hate. You see the energy change, bro.
No, they don't want to see. Bro, when they turn on their
Exactly.
TV and they see Jake like Mayweather with them diamond chains on, they hurt him. They hurt him. I'm like, how is it a black man got more money than me? He shouldn't be able to do that. He's an ape. American dreaming. This is how they think. They're angry, man. They see Jake doing well. They see Jake get a promotion in the workplace. It's DEI. They're angry. Oh, he only got it because he's black. The hate, the bad mind activate straight away. Because as far as they're concerned, they should always be above you.
But that's not what the prophecy says. When you read both, I was going to say get Genesis, but in Genesis, man, it speaks of the elder shall serve the younger, right? And the younger is going to be stronger than the elder.
We are.
Made to be better. Made to be better. And Esau likes to just focus. For me personally, I don't really like focusing on the fact that we're better entertainers than this. Esau's admitted that.
Yeah,
He's admitted.
He failed. He failed, man. He failed, man. The minute you let Jack Johnson
Exactly.
become a heavyweight champ, bro,
it was hubris of the sort of leader minds to think, oh, I can beat him up.
He was
fucked up, man.
bro, this dude was getting speeding tickets, popping them with white bitches.
Yeah.
Wearing his grills.
That was Django Unchained. He was just on it, bro.
He was flying shit.
so now they had like you said, now they had to hold on to the intellect thing,
Exactly.
which is not true. It's not true. If you put Jake in a situation where they can get access to the same education and have the correct mindset, not the mind virus that Esau put in them, Jake is smarter than Esau.
But it's like, if I can say on a vulgar piece,
Already we go back to Isaiah.
Yeah.
but it's like the thing on Esau handicaps different other nations' school system, right? Because it is well known that, for instance, Zimbabwe actually has a decent school system. South Africa has a good a school system. Nigeria's got a good school system. But what Esau does is your intellect and your knowledge and your understanding, your degrees, when you come to the UK, when you come to America, they don't care about it. Yeah, it's nullified. So then here it is, you're a bad boy doctor, you're a bad boy this, but when you come to England, you got to be a janitor. You got to do this, you got to do that, because they basically make it such. Yeah, they don't rate it.
So they the ones that have to validate you.
Exactly.
Which fuck Esau. That's why Esau's got to go, man. Because they are mediocre, man. They're not that. Listen, the more you in this world and you get around these Edomite managers and all that, you realize that they're nothing to be like writing home about. They're not that. A lot of them are winging it. They're
Yeah,
winging it. They're winging it, man.
Yeah, they're winging it.
They're winging it. Like some of them don't even know.
Bro,
They don't.
They survive,
bro,
They don't know how to use the equipment that they're managing, bro. It's insane. Like I've seen Edomites that type with one finger, bro. It's crazy, bro. Doing admin jobs.
bro, man. Like, you know how funny it is? My Jake, I told you my Jake manager, he was reading an email of another manager. He's been like, we busting up. And this nigga is just like, why he even?
It's
why
well
he-
known. A lot of these Edomites lie on their CV. Lie. They lied on their CV to get the job. But then DEI, you know, it's fuck off. Anyway, go. Let's go back to Isaiah 14. man.
So let's be really okay. Yes, Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High."
They want to be like them. They want to be the most high. They want to be the highest. So they think through their witchcraft and technology, the wisdom they're gaining from witchcraft and the occultism and all that, the occult knowledge, that and genetics and all these things, that they could make themselves into gods in that. So that's what the whole technology is all about. They want to be all seeing. Because the Most High is all seeing and all knowing. We speak about it all the time, the spiritual Google. Everything Esau is trying to create is the Temu version, the cheap, broke down version of what the Most High actually has. Because Yahweh Shai showed you about the spiritual Google with the woman at the well. He pulled up, he did the Google search straight away. Oh, bro, I know, I know, I see something. Yeah. Yeah, he said, look, you've had 5 husbands, man. How did he know that? Because he tapped into the spiritual record, man. All the information is in the ether. The knowledge of the Bible says our God is a God of knowledge. And the scripture says, even the very hairs on your head are counted. Meaning the Lord's already quantified. He knows how many cells are in your body. He knows how much water, your water content. You know what I mean? The body analysis, but the hydration.
Bone density.
The Lord knows how many birds. The Lord knows everything. He has all the data. Is already exists for the Most High. So Esau's trying to be like the Most High. So let me put all these instruments,
Trying to quantify.
trying to quantify everything so I can control things. And he gonna destroy himself doing that because that's insane. Leave it to the Most High, man.
And that's why AI is essential for him to do that, because he's just a man. He needs machines to help him with this.
To go through that data.
What's funny though, in all of his films, the machine's like, "Bro, you're the devil." Like Eagle Eye, remember Eagle Eye? This whole thing about Eagle Eye, it was like the AI in Eagle Eye. I was like, wait there, what's the wedding? That's not what you doing. So then that was the whole thing. It wanted to take out the hierarchy because it was like you man the demons, you know.
Yeah. So Esau has got that complex in him, and it's driving him to bring the MOTB. So even we was talking about earlier, the elder Ariella and the algorithm we did last night about this Gaza thing, right? Now, this rebuilding of Gaza, when you look at the plans for what they want to build, it's the MOTB system. It's a smart city. When they go into it, it says that if to be a citizen of this new Gaza that they're building, you're gonna have to have a biometric digital ID. They're only gonna use digital currency, a digital shekel. So you have to use a digital shekel, right? Entry, exit, all that kind of stuff. To become a citizen, Palantir is gonna have to run your background check, right? It's gonna have full surveillance, tracking of the food. Man, it's damn new world order fucking smart city that they're building. Right there in front of everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
Under the guise of we need to bring peace and all this shit.
But isn't that what they say? It's like Gaza's always been a testing ground for different, whether it be weapons and this, that, and the other.
What that AI system?
Yeah. Where's Daddy?
Where's Daddy?
So they're gonna be chipped because it actually said in the information that they're gonna be surveilling and controlling all commerce, and you're not gonna be able to buy and sell unless you have the digital ID. I was like, God damn, The scripture says in the Revelations 13 that if you don't take the mark, you're not going to be able to buy and sell.
Sure.
Now, that's New Gaza, that what they're building, but they really want that for the entire earth.
And no, if you can't buy or sell, how can you have citizenship? How can you be identified as a citizen? You're not part of the system.
Yeah.
So that whole idea about not being a citizen of the world kind of thing puts you on a different list completely, right? Which means, you know, you're obviously against this or against that.
So yeah.
You know, you're a target now because you're not being recognized by the system, AI as a citizen anymore. You know,
You can't access the food, you can't access the water, you can't access the healthcare, the drugs.
That's it.
That's what they're doing, man. And this is the time we're in. And all these crises, that's what it's leading to. It's going to lead to a point where all these governments, for security reasons, for management, are going to start chipping people, man. And it sounds crazy, but we're living in crazy times.
Maybe verse, a couple more verses. This is back in Isaiah 14:14. It says, I'll ascend above the height to the clouds, I'll be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
And that's literal. You're going to be brought down to hell. Hell is the ground. So you're going to do that lofty. It's metaphorical and it's physical.
why? Yeah.
No, right now, you Edomites are way up in the sky. You think you're God already, man. You got lofty plans. But them lofty plans are going to be brought down to the ground, and actually you physically are going to be brought down to the ground, and that's the worst place to be.
Yeah.
Me. Ain't that worse than being in a pit? In the pit, it's always cold. Yeah, it's dirty.
Well, that movie Elysium, man, where that man was sitting up in the space station above, above the Earth, where everyone was grinding on the Earth, like, being run by robots, doing hard labor. That man are just sitting and eating fine cuts of beef and all these things. You're gonna be taken from that lofty estate and brought down to the ground with everybody else, man. Working.
There's a lot to say about being put into a pit. If someone puts you in a pit, yeah, it's a bad. It is mentally space because guess what? Now, when I come to observe you, I'm automatically just over you. And then when you're in that pit and you can't escape the pit, yeah, it's a messed up state to be. Yeah? And we're actually physically going to be putting you Edomites in pits. Ain't no toilet in there, so you're gonna be pissing in your own pit. It's crazy, but it has to happen to humble you from your lofty ambition, and it's going to be beginning with you elites that's living in these palace, this luxury, and you're going to actually go to the point where you're just in a pit.
Imagine going from the want of literally nothing to the want of everything.
One of safety, the one of security, because you never know when we might just pluck you by your hair out of that pit and just slice you in half, man.
It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Yeah, you had like how Trump is running around. All these Edomites, they actually the ones that have positions of power because they have these infrastructures behind them, so they can bring people in fear. Like the rest of the world are in fear if they hear America's going to invade them. Yeah. So they know fire can come from the sky on their ass, man. But when Esau's put in them pits, man, that's going to see them for what they truly are. Because they ain't going to be wearing them suits and standing up tall. They're just going to be down bad or ripped up or looking rock down. And it's like, where's your power now? I thought you could just say the word and fire will come down from heaven. Well, bring some fire now. Where's your IQ? I thought you was high IQ. Use your IQ now. We're gonna be making mockery of you. Where's your IQ? You know what? Use your IQ to get up out of this pit.
Come on, Iron Man. Get us out of here. You don't let them, man. Like,
we're gonna make mockery of you, Edomites, man.
You imagine an old, bugged out scientist on the plantation. Yes, I mean, if I can just get my parts, I can.
But I might give man a pen to tell man, Write me a 10,000 word essay on how you got here. I just want to know.
Yeah,
Hell.
in 9 minutes. If you don't, I'm gonna punch you in the chest.
No, we're gonna listen, man. We're gonna have fun with Edomites. It's gonna be very therapeutic.
But this is it. They had fun.
Yeah,
Esau had fun. When you like some of the stuff you read with like Thomas Thistlewood, right, and all of this, like man, these men were just experimenting
you
on
got
Jay.
14,000 page on how different ways to torture.
Yeah. You look into like the origins of gynecology, man. Right, how this man was just tearing up Eve. Would you call it with no anesthetic, no nothing? What was that Eve?
Fucking animal.
He's an animal. The Eve where she was, what you call it? She was well shaped.
Yeah,
So he was just Sarah Bartman, and he just had her out, the Edomites come and just touching her and stuff like that.
By the time she died, like they were infested with like
Different
diseases.
diseases, bro.
They popped around.
And these are the things that are written, man. Right?
Bro, they had human suits, bro. And there's legit
No,
pictures.
what for your entertainment? These Edomites are gonna be for our entertainment. You still gonna like boxing, so you're gonna be in there like you better learn how some footwork and how to get your head up tonight.
Yeah, man.
Because you're gonna be fighting for bread, right?
You're gonna be fighting silverbacks. Silverback goes shoulder roll your
You got
ass.
experiments to run.
We're gonna and it's gonna be in righteousness because it's gonna be part of your punishment. You don't have to be humble.
Yeah.
Beginning with your elites, because even down to you brought down Edomites, you're proud too.
Yeah.
So you all gotta be humble,
Wow.
man. You're gonna feel powerless. You're gonna know what it is to be powerless. You're gonna know what it is to have hope. And I might listen, I was speaking the other day. Listen, man, I might invent some bullshit, yeah, and have them believe it. Oh, there's a Messiah that's gonna come. You know what I mean? Just invent- just give them that false hope, yeah, and just crash it down, man. You know,
That's
just
what
fuck with them.
Man.
that's what Ra's al Ghul said to Batman, didn't it? Like, you know, with Batman, he was like, the worst thing you can give a man is hope.
Yeah.
You might just play mind games. on
I'm
you.
fully gonna make a silverback boxing league, man. I'm gonna have them in robes and shit. Yeah, ready. You know.
I gotta go through the obstacle course of a gorilla.
Yeah. Silverback.
Yeah, we're gonna be drinking yan and laughing, man. Trying to figure out which one of you are monkey.
Yeah, I'll give a silverback back a belt. Undisputed. Rick magazine. Like, yeah.
Now that might think we're joking, man. This is actually not a joke. The reality is that you Edomites are gonna be given into our hand, and we're gonna do everything within the law. But remember that the purpose of you going into slavery is for punishment. So it's not just gonna be you working. It's gonna be torture involved, scourging involved. We're gonna do with you what we please as long as it's within the confines of the law. So we're not gonna sexually violate you or nothing like that, because we're not batty man anyway. But you are gonna be whipped and beaten and put through psychological mockeries, man. We're gonna make you do things for no reason, man. Unproductive.
Just do bad burpees every day.
That man digging that pit, man. Your brother comes around and says, "Oh, what are you doing this hole for?" It's lava pool. Just put the lava.
I make him dig a pit and then make him put the shit.
Also for Proverbs 11 and 10. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. And when the wicked perish, there is a shouting.
That's right. We're gonna be happy, man. We can't wait. And every day we lust the report. Edomites to be brought down. And we're gonna be rejoicing, man. Matt Walsh, you're cooked, bro. You know what? And the worst thing to be is the Edomite that the elect remember. Like that means that, bro, man like Matt Walsh is cooked. Volcam Malone is cooked. Because you guys tortured us, man, with your villainy. So we're gonna get to you.
And they were proud of it. And that's beautiful, man.
Put you in a cage in Jerusalem and just have our children throwing tomatoes at you.
If you want to know who our enemies are, bro, you know what I mean? Like, that's remember, don't worry.
Because it's like, I remember when he was basically saying it's good what the Edomites did, right? And because basically what he was saying was like, we're the powerful. Because if you know that someone else can just come and take your shit, you don't make the kinds of statements Matt Walsh was making.
Yeah.
He was making those statements because he was really saying, who's going to bring us down?
That's it.
The Lord's going to bring you down.
And it'd be good when we beat your ass.
Exactly.
But it's always like that. You know, when you're in a position of pride, you forget that you could be vulnerable too. And that's what part of being a man is understanding that you can be placed into a vulnerable position because the Most High can do what He will. You know, we've seen it before, man. We see bad man on the roads, and they'll bully this guy, bully that guy, and then one day they get caught out there. All of a sudden, bear balling. All of a sudden, there's bear begging and crying. Like, where's the tough guy at?
But this is what it's going to boil down to, right? When you did it, went around the earth and did all your skullduggery, your wickedness, did you have just cause to do that? Right? You had no just cause to do anything that you did, right? But we do.
Yeah.
We have a just cause. That's why you're going to deserve everything that's going to happen to you by our own hands.
Yeah, but feeding the animals, man. Feeding our people to animals, man. Sicking dogs on our people, man. And that's a fact. You know what? Getting killed by a rabid animal is a wild way to go. I was watching The Revenant the other day as well. That was a good ass film. That's all. You don't getting set upon by attack dogs. Yeah, them dogs tear you to pieces. You don't die straight away. You're gonna die from just slow and painful death. Your flesh is getting torn. And they were doing this to Jake. So what you think? You think? Listen, mate. You got a lot to look forward to. That's what I'm
Not
saying.
going to have pleasant lives, man.
Yeah.
But once again, that's Esau's history. And like he just gets to, control, alt, delete that shit. Everyone he's got his media out there making people just think that, that these things. Well, even the fact that he makes it sound like this was years ago, right? He makes it sound like that was like 500 years ago. Nah, but that's recent history.
Esau is the ultimate whitewasher. They on the Twitter, they'll put up like an image of like Fifth Avenue in New York in 19 something. And it's all looking nice and everyone's all cool. And be like, look, yeah, then the fucking blacks and the immigrants ruined everything. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure there were slums in New York at that time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they'll show like some image of London somewhere and say, oh, this was London in 1940.
London was
Now look at it. And it's like, no, I'm pretty fine. Look, I was driving through London. Listen, I drive through London at night a lot. Because normal people don't travel through London like that. I have to because I come from West London all the way across. Bro, I'm looking at this palatial ivory fucking buildings and all looking nice. I'm like, who the fuck lives around here, man? This is nice. Yeah. But then you'll get like a fuck, you get the ghetto. But that's never been no different. You could go as far back as you go back to Londonium, you would have had a nice area and you would have had the slums.
There's always been rich and poor.
There's always been rich, but what they'll make it look like is, it was just the immigrants brought all that stuff here, and there was never no area in London where there was crime.
What about like Central Park during the Great Depression, man? That became basically home for a lot of people during the Great Depression, man, in the United States.
Esau's
New York,
you're just a whitewasher, man. But you ain't gonna be able to whitewash when we put you in slavery, bro. You're gonna have to face some real harsh truths and some real realities.
Like, you've had the most savage history that anyone could even,
on every nation as well.
Yeah. And to turn around and look at to tell other people that you're barbarians, you're savages or whatever, bro. It's just disingenuous, bro.
I'll tell you another mind game that Esau runs, right? Because like you said, he'll turn around and say everyone else is the ape. We're civilized. Then when you corner them, they'll say, well, other people did it too. So, well, hold on. Like, so now it's like, you're not different. Oh, I'm not different to anyone else. But at the same time, you are different. It's either you're holding yourself to a higher standard or you're not. And that's what Matt Walsh does. Well, other people did slavery. But Matt, you're saying that your people are better. So which one is it? It's either you're just like everyone else or you're better than everyone else. Let's get the precepts.
Revelation 13:9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
And the captivity is real. And we can't wait. We're going to have actual power over you, Edomites, your lives on a daily basis. Everything you do, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, if you go to sleep, what work you're going to be doing, if you have a wife, if you get to have children.
But even on that, that's what Esau's trying to do. Yeah. He's trying to dictate who and who doesn't get to procreate and this and the other, right? Because I think about that, son. So when he's saying maintain humanity around certain number, he's basically saying, I'm going to choose who has children.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be in control of children.
Yeah.
He's made everybody
infertile.
I didn't want to say it.
But sterilized everything.
With the whole kind of psychological thing, women's living, all these different types of things, and they want to put off children and all this shit. they're not discovering that they can't have children until later now.
Yeah.
You know?
After years of taking the pill.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember speaking to one
Chemically.
chick. She had basically been on the pill for so long or whatever, and then one day she basically it's like she can't have periods anymore.
And so the only way to get children is through Esau.
Yeah.
Through his IV clinics and all these things, freeze your eggs and all this shit. You know, he's gonna have
You gotta save up. Like life is not supposed to be so difficult that the average person has got to do bare mathematics about whether you have a child or not. But the reality is that if in Esau society, it's not geared towards life. It's geared towards corporations and you just being a cog in a machine. Yeah. But so man's got to say, wait, okay, should I save up for a house or should I have a child?
Yeah.
Because you can't do both. I mean, you could try and do both, but then you're going to be on public housing or you're going to be down bad, man. And people don't want to be down bad.
And if I can say as well, it's like then he'll look at the places where people are having children, but then he will then say they're having a lot of children because they're low IQ. So because when you look at certain places, that like Bill Gates will say shit like that. He'll be like, oh yeah, but those places they've got poor education, so they have lots of children.
Their places still live where having children is part of life. Esau could easily design. Well, of course, you could design a society however you want. You could design a society where quite easily where having families and being functional is part of life, and you get everything else you need to do done, like food production and all these different things. It's not hard. Esau's purposely made a society where if you have a relationship now, you both have to go work.
Yep.
You both have to go work, yeah. You're both in debt, yeah. Now you need to spend the next 30 years of your life trying to work out how to earn enough money, or you can have that kid, or you're gonna be down bad. You're literally gonna have no life, and you have to give everything to your child, which is not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be able to live too. So it's all messed up. I know people like that. I know a man that now they have to have a cat. The man's got a good job. And like, yeah, man's come into the work. Oh, man. And man talking to you about this. I don't from the West Indies, so man don't really do this. This pet thing is not a big thing for man. On the islands, if you have a cat, it's just a cat, innit? Or if you have a dog, it's a dog, innit? It go where it wants. You don't have this big family orientated, like, yeah, no, but it's like, yeah, it's a dog. Man go walking and the dog follow you. I don't walk my dog.
Yeah.
I go for a walk and the dog follows me. You know what I'm saying? But here it's like, anyway, man's will come into the office and he'll be there and he's like, oh, look at her. She's, you know how someone would do their children? That is how he's doing with this fucking cat.
I'd be completely disinterested, bro.
Yeah.
I am. Well, I'm just, you got work.
Yeah, nice.
And he's just like, oh, look. And he's like, oh, and he's describing the things they did, like how a man would be like, oh, my child first steps, or my child did this and that. It's like, oh, yeah. And telling me stuff about the cat's personality. But and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And him, it's that this situation. Him and his woman, they saved up to get the house, but by the time they got the house, she can't have kids. So they had to get a cat. And now the cat is now the child. Yeah. So the cat's getting the premium steak.
Cat's got a wardrobe.
Bro, the cat's got, the cat's got clothes. Yeah, the cat's getting the premium food. So they got money. Now, like,
Fine, next one, bro.
yeah, premium food. The cat's getting everything, bro. The cat's living better than you. 100%. Bro.
They should buy a Tesla bot. I mean,
Fucking the cup, man.
you know,
At least.
What? That's what Esau. Fuck.
it's fucked
This is what Esau's fucked.
James.
Imagine that, man.
Coming up.
Man's lineage is gone.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing. You can get himself an upgrade. Jungle mod.
something else Esau restricts though.
Yeah.
Something else he restricts.
Oh, it's fucked.
Fucked up.
It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Yeah? And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's how the thing go. That is actually righteous judgment. And what they want to do is all these guys, like Matt Wilson, that when we say these things, they want to demonize us. We're evil, we're bad. And then these men went and supported going into Iraq, going into Afghanistan. So when it comes to them, they can have revenge. Yeah, if you touch America, so what you're trying to say is that if somebody puts their hands on you, you're justified to go put your hands on them. But then when we preach the same thing, we're wrong. Hypocrites. No, it's justice. You put us in slavery, so you're gonna get put in slavery. You killed our brother Gad, you killed all the tribes with the sword, so their sword is gonna come back upon you. And that's righteousness. It's not evil, it's simply balance. And the Lord has ordained it. Now, we're not gonna go and do that now because we're in captivity. But once we are given the judicial power over the earth, that's the first thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna judge you.
Ezekiel 35 and 7.5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, says the power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and the blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
See, we laugh. You think we might do a little laugh, a little joke here, but this is actually a very serious thing. This is a very, very, for you Edomites, this is a very real and present danger, man. This is a serious, what you're about to experience, yeah? And that's the beautiful thing about time. Time is beautiful, but it's scary too, because it's good when certain things are good in the past. Certain things, see, for us, all the hell we caught eventually will be in the past. And you think about, oh, that was deep, but it's like in the present now we're good. So we're gonna be chilling. We're gonna be like, that's the beauty. That's one of the beautiful things about time is in the present. If it's good, it's good. You can deal with that. You Edomites, the present, there's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to face the reality of hell, the reality of sword, of your family and your children, and people just getting mashed up out of it.
Mainly of your time here on earth.
And it's going to be terrible for you. It's the definition of hell. But you've been used to the good life for so long, you don't understand that.
Let's get the parable of
Yeah.
what's that parable?
I just want to read this quick.
The rich man and Lazarus after.
I want to read this quick. So this is Numbers 35, verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land where ye are in, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the Lord does deal with the whole revenge and the recompenses, man. But you don't like it when it's being done to you. And that's the problem that you have. Because obviously you don't want to be judged. Of course, no one wants to be judged. But that is how the Most High deals with things. All right, so when we say what we say, man, it's completely justified in the scriptures.
You know what Matt Walsh said in his latest thing? Because he was talking about Brazil, which we brought that out, about how the plantations in Brazil was probably one of the worst plantations in terms of mortality rate. You know what the nigga said, man? The nigga said, oh, it was the best case scenario to be sent to America. Like he was lucky that you were sent to America.
It's like we were saying about the lesser of two evils or whatever. It's all bullshit.
So he's got to thank, thank.
Or all Edomites needs their heads to be squeezed.
And he's not a Christian,
Like
though.
water. Yeah. Because it's like he, you know what? Sometimes I'm like, they actually don't know how bad their history was. But then I realized, no, they're just devils. They don't give a shit.
Best case scenario is you didn't do it in the first place. Not like, oh, we was lucky. So now it's finding another reason for us to say, oh, well, thank you, Esau, like,
I didn't say, well, basically everyone had slaves. So listen, transatlantic slavery was unprecedented. Like that shit, like servants to servitude is alright. It still goes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People got servants in their house now. People got less fortunate. But then there's been hung, drawn, and quartered. There's been
it was just slavery,
stuff
man.
with shit in your mouth like that.
Torn apart by dogs.
Torn apart by dogs. There is a different side. In case you didn't know.
Boiled in sugar.
Like people acting like it's wrong.
And them other people are going into slavery too.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. Like, fair dues. Because the Ishmael's going into slavery.
Yeah.
Moab's going, all these nations are going into slavery that put us in captivity. So you're not special in that regard. But what is special is you were the worst. You actually destroyed us as a people. You stripped us. bro, there's a difference in putting them in slavery and breaking them down, like purposely separating their families, like the what do you call it, the Willie Lynch, bro, pure psychological operations you run on, Jake, man.
Buck breaking.
Yeah, scientific racism. You taught us that we're just low IQ apes that ain't good at nothing, and your psychology.
Yeah, but we're gonna show you what is superior, man. As the Most High intended. You know?
Which we are, man.
Exactly.
And that's the beautiful thing is that the truth, when we put you down, it's just gonna be the truth. You are inferior to us, man. You know why it's our inferior, man. You are, and you know that, and that's why another reason why you're so angry, because really deep down inside, you know that you're inferior. You really want to be Jake. You know our spirit is superior to you. You know we're cool and you ain't cool, and you can't be cool. But there's nothing cool about you.
It's like Cain and Abel. Abel was just better. He was just better, and it made you mad.
Jake, he's
You know?
he was a plain man dwelling in tents. If you go into the word plain, it's like he just lacked nothing. He was just only upright. He was the perfect guy.
Most of you are ugly. And you know another thing that these people might try and do. What they'll do is they'll find the image of a nice looking Becky. Then they'll find some ugly looking hippopotamus looking Butumbu. And they'll represent our people why they're the ugliest of our people. And they're represented by Becky. Bro, listen, most either white women, the most you can hope for is a pretty face. Most of them, their body's like a bag of bolts, man. They're not. The problem is,
and they got 5-year warranty. That's
bro, they're not. The way they're trying to make it look like every white woman looks like Scarlett Johansson or something. That's not true.
Especially
and even
the UK.
Bro,
now you know them Nordics. Them you know Nordics.
Hey, what's that woman's name, man? Yeah, you got but the other one. You know the other racist one.
Oh, her.
Oh my God.
Katie Hopkins.
Katie Hopkins, man. They never put her picture up as the pinnacle. Bro, that's a standard white woman in the UK, man. Especially among the aristocracy. They're even more ugly.
Seen their teeth, bro.
Yeah. You can see Harry's hairline the other day, innit?
Oh, bro, Harry's hairline is that.
He can afford hair surgery, but
his head top. No, but it's not even a hairline. His head top. It's like Friar Tuck. Bro, Edomites are not beautiful people. This has all been lies.
And Hollywood perpetuates this because it's like you mentioned Scarlett. Yeah, Scarlett looked pretty, but I'm sure most of that's makeup.
Worse. You got the new thing. What's her name? Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Man, she ain't no stunner, man. She just got breasts and that. Bro, if you're a black woman, right, you're not considered beautiful if you only have breasts. Am I lying? You gotta have everything.
Package.
You can't even be a black woman and just be pretty. If you got a black woman and you're pretty and you ain't got a booty, man don't even rate you, black. Edomites are the only one that get away with this stuff, man. Get the hell out of here, man.
I call them the highest overachievers in the dating market, but that's because they put out that image throughout the different. So if you're in India and you're an Indian person, you get yourself an Edomite partner, that elevates to in the social state. Right, you go to Moab and Ammon land, same thing.
Yeah,
you go Latin America, same thing.
White supremacy, man. But it's not true. These Edomites women don't all look like models. Let's cut the bullshit, man. Half of them look like hills have eyes, man.
Trolls.
Especially if you go into these people, you go into these villages, man. Some proper looking Edomite girl, man. Shaped like a flipping genetically modified cow. And man's looking like a caddy wagon, man. And man's out here trying to get about Aryan. Hey, shalom, man.
Israel was holiness unto the Lord, and the first fruit of his increase. All that devour him shall offend, evil shall come upon them, says Yahweh. Okay, so the brother was saying, man, all this nation, to begin with Esau, Edom, they all, were behind against our people. And the atrocity and the oppression that they put on our people, beginning the time of slavery to now, all this is going to be what? Recompense.
Yeah, man, and it's needed, bro. It's because Esau's the only people that believe they're entitled to mercy. You know what I mean? They've done nothing but victimize the earth. Like contrary to popular belief, your your history isn't great. You know what I mean? Oh, Britannia,
Yeah.
bro. What, bro? Your whole history is conquering. You know what I mean? It's based upon conquest, and just like what we say, the whole migrant crisis now is as a result of the evil you put in the other nations. Like so that's why in French, like in France, you've got a lot of migrants from French-speaking West African countries. That's why in the UK you have a lot of Indians, you got a lot of Pakistanis, you got a lot of Ghanaians, Nigerians, because these are countries that were colonized by you.
Yeah.
Every 6 days, you understand that every 6 or 7 days, there's a country gaining it that celebrates their independence from Great Britain because they conquered a third of the earth.
When the Brits used to say the sun never sets on the
Yeah.
British Empire, right? It's a true
It
saying,
was a true saying.
you know.
Yeah, and the reason why I was a true, yes, break it down.
So no, I was just saying, yeah, it's like it was basically always some what do you call it, some kind of daytime sun, and I was like, well, but actually, during winter, it's like fuck.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason why it says that the sun never sets, as the prophet said, because you conquer places in many different time zones.
Yeah.
So it's literally it's night here, it's
But
day
in
over there.
It's hot, yeah, exactly. It's in Hong Kong, it's gonna be what? So that's like 8 hours away.
Yeah.
Something like that. India,
India,
Australia.
Australia.
It's and the other New Zealand. Yeah,
Yeah.
New Zealand. I mean, New Zealand's 12 hours ahead. So it's just, I mean, but and this is the thing. It's like when you look at the lengths that Esau went to conquer these different lands,
Yeah, it was
it's proof they never went to the moon.
But Esau was like a plague. Was like a plague.
You got
He is.
outside.
Esau is a plague because you know what he does. He first comes to your land to talk it out, and then people laugh him off, and then he comes back with troops. It's just sort of like Rome. That's what made their military so strong. Like they have probably lost a lot of battles, but they win the war because of sheer number and consistency.
Yeah.
Just come back, just come back, just come back, just come back, and then people are like, bro,
Overwhelmed.
I can't even deal with this. And now with NATO, you're like in the EU, in this Roman beast system, that's the same way. You know what I mean? You and Mike will win a little skirmish, but then he just come back.
So,
It's like a beast. It's like an unstoppable beast. Yeah. But can we also get that? What's that one in Jeremiah? Is it Isaiah where it speaks about they ain't known any loss of children, but in one day these things are gonna happen to you. Yeah, let's get that as well.
It's Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplying, transgression increaseth.
Yeah, and that just just like now wickedness is viral. That scripture we get that in Genesis, the earth is full of violence. And that's what's happening on the earth. It's just lewd, like sex is just everywhere.
bro,
Everything's out.
bro, it's actually annoying.
Yeah.
Like, not honestly, it's like, bro, you be trying to just go gym, and you just like, and then it's like you just see booty every fucking. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to train right now.
Yeah, but fucking everything's freaked out.
Everything's freaked out, freaked.
Everything's gay. It's like
It's just a mess, man.
you've been in a bar trying to just have a drink, have a pub. You've been in a pub, have a drink. You get served with a nigga in a crop top.
Yeah, bro.
Ripped. You know what I mean? Like, is someone not gonna tell this nigga to go home?
Esau's normalized demons.
Yeah,
Right,
because he is a demon.
Because he is as a ruler of a city, so all they that know therein.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the scriptures, we understand these behaviors. Bro, we say you got a man that's 6 foot, wham, wearing a crop top. He's got demons.
Backflip. Like, you look formidable. So you stay away. You don't want to say that. You get into a fight with a fucking nigga that can pull on the rules and shit. It's crazy kingdom, bro. Right, bro?
Says Genesis 6, there, I'll start from verse 5. Please. It says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Yeah, and now the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, then the wickedness of the earth now is gonna be great because he's ruling.
That's right.
You know the whole the whole destabilization of the family. Like people don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like now the whole destabilization of a family. Yeah, how you doing? You all right? We're Christians, the true Christians, Hebrew Israelites. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got you.
Good to see you guys. Anyway,
Have a lovely day.
God bless you too. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Take care, ladies.
Good one.
Have a nice one.
Yeah, it's yeah, but you know, it's good to talk about being respectful.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, and obviously they are saying there's the serious out here, like even in this weather.
Yeah. In season, out of season.
But the other Hebrew Israelites are now wearing shirts and ties, man. Bro, that picture of Deacon Akar in that chair leading. But I would show him that in the kingdom. I said, bro, why you do that? You see that bald head, man? Deacon Akar, man. He looks like a clown. Man went from the super Hebrew garments to a bald Kevin Samuel. It is what
And it says, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Oh, and can we get that one in Psalms? Is it Psalm 14? They
say there's no God.
No, yeah, that one. But then it says there is a generation that curses their mother and do not bless their father. You know, there's a generation that's right in their own eyes or something. It says that. It's typing right in their own eyes. Yeah, that one, yeah. That's basically how life is now. You know, everyone's so proud, everyone's so boastful. Me, I. Bro, you cannot maintain a kingdom if everyone's fucking individualistic.
Yeah.
And like if you look at the establishments, like and establishment of most kingdoms, they always had a period of unity, of less, like, you know, strong men create, you know, good times. It's like, you know what I mean? And that's birthed out of men and families and tribes, just like let's build, let's grow.
Together,
You know?
And when you really see how Esau's designed, the way Esau's designed this entire society is to break up that idea of
Family.
unity of family.
Yeah.
Right. You think about, for instance, I'll use London, England as an example, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like if you are a Brit and you grew up in the north, right? One of the things that after Thatcher ruined the north and with all of the industries is you felt you had no choice but to come to London. But all your family still live in the north. But then guess what then happens? You end up in a position where you now have a child, you and your missus, but now you can't know you ain't got your family structure to help you look after the children. It's just you and your wife, and then that's why people start hating and resenting their children, because raising a child is difficult. But then you have the other one, where if you say you grew up in London, now you've got no choice when you have a family but to leave London because it's too expensive to stay, right? So he's basically designed everything so that our families splinter away from each other, and those structures, those, you know, that quote unquote, you know, which we don't like this word, but that quote unquote community, right, is completely stripped away. That South African comedian, I always forget his name, man. Trevor Noah, he made a statement, man. He was like, it's funny how in communities, it's not communities, in quote first world countries, right, you get rid of the village and you buy it back. So whereas before your childcare would have been nan, right?
Yeah.
A nan and granddad. Now you got to have a nanny. Now you got to you know, pay for nursery and this, that, and the other. Before, when you needed, say, someone to you know, clean the yard or whatever, what have you, there was a village around you that will help you do all of these things. But now you got to pay for a cleaner, like I said, pay for a nanny, pay for, you know, a extra tuition and this, that, and the other. Whereas it wasn't so, right? But I'm gonna
in the, I mean, now, right now, even if people they hire people, I mean, to people to sing, I mean, to cry in the funeral.
Yeah,
Oh, damn. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. That's messed up, man.
that's what they do.
This is Proverbs 30 and 11. There is a generation that curseth their father.
Can you start really higher, or the point start from there?
Yeah, I feel like it's going. That's accused not of servant unto his master.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a generation that curseth their father and doth not bless their mother.
Yeah, and again, now it's cool. It's cool to curse out your damn father and disrespect your father.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you watch ancient flicks, people would talk about their father with integrity, man, and respect.
Yeah, and
You know, even how the parents would like children will address their parents. Like, even
Yeah.
cultures, there are cultures around the world where people actually just like bow to their elders.
That's it. And then also, I was gonna say, and look, man, one of the things Esau pushes is if your parents did X, Y, and Z, then you speak as a nah. Regardless of what your parents did, they're still your parents.
Yeah, like you remember when Apostle he was doing it as a joke, but he was serious. He said, "Man, if your father is trying to hit you, man, you better learn how to dodge." I said, "Don't hit back."
Yeah.
You know, but now you have kids abusing their parents or just parents in slavery to their
To their
children.
own children. And Esau's a big part of that, man.
He's what lets that happen.
Yeah, because for instance, he's banning corporal punishment to your children.
Yeah.
Right. He speaks highly against it. I mean, you could put a position out, you do that, now you might go to prison on a real one. Yeah, and they take your children away.
Yeah.
Right. But then through his media, right, two things. One, right, he pushed this idea of the child is always right. And I remember when the elder pointed it out, he was talking about how, like, you watch a flick, and then the child's in the wrong. The child is the one that's been an asshole, right? But then the parent somehow ends up apologizing to the child. And it's like, nah, right?
Yeah. Scripture says it. Train a child in a way
You
that should go. You wouldn't depart from it. So that's why, like Esau had to children in these institutions being fed with toxic shit, because long term he wants to control them through their science and the idea of God being stripped out.
And it was gentle parenting as well.
Parenting and shit, that's just witchcraft.
That's witchcraft. You look, you an adult and their child are not equal. Now no, don't get me wrong. There's certain people that take the abuse. They do actually abuse.
Yeah. There's a difference between abuse and discipline.
Exactly. Now we go and speak on that too. Like, look, man, when someone is you're beating your child, you got to tell you it's the reason why. Go up here. Certain times when I was younger, I got beat. And it's like, what the fuck was that for?
Something you might do. And then let's go back to Genesis. A quick one. That point, right?
Ephesians 6, Ephesians 6 from the top, for family relations. It says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right.
Yeah, and obviously the parents, but that also starts, you know, with the church, the spiritual fathers. Scripture says, stand in the multitude of the elders. And guess what, man? What have we seen? All of the years of all these guys coming against the apostles, they just never lost.
Yeah, but
They
because
never lost. Now they're bugged the fuck out.
because it was they're bad children, man.
Bad children.
You know, and that's the thing, that rebellious child.
It never worked.
Yeah, because the same way, it's like, you know when you was younger, right, and your parents would tell you certain things, and because you're young, you think that they're just being difficult. And you get older, like for instance, I grew up in, a middle class white area, either my area, right? School and that. Bro, poor as hell.
That's right, bro.
We grew up in the same area. But the point is, the school that I went to was like that, right? And I would be like, can I go for a sleepover? Can I go for a sleepover? Right? And my nan was like, nah. And I thought she was being difficult. But then when I got older, I was like, yo, hey, so what up? Yeah. But that's the point I'm making. Same thing with the apostles. Like, yo, don't be wearing a cap. Don't be having a women in a congregation. Don't be doing this, that, and the other. These people are being what? Bad children. Right?
Verse 2, and it says, honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with you, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nature and admonition of the Lord.
That's the point there. You know, obviously, there's a way things are done. You know, which is why the scripture speaks about meditating day and night, teaching the sons, you know, how to be. Sure. You know, and because basically, I can't remember what a speaker that was talking about it, but there was the one speaker once that was saying basically every society needs a sense of like faith. You know what I mean? Like faith. Because even them, you know, Muslimina countries, even though they're bugged out, at least they have a sentiment, you know what I mean, of some semblance of order in some fashion, because they have
a higher power.
Yeah, they have like a religious, you know, foundation. That's why some of them countries like Afghanistan and that, they give Esau a hard time because the people have some belief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In what they're in.
Well, that's why, like, for instance, the whole Iran situation.
Yeah.
Like, when they were, you know, saying, "Yeah, man, we're gonna take out Khamenei," right? I was reading something and I was like, "Bro, like, you don't just take man out," because I forget which sect of that belief, you know, he is, whether it's Sunni or Shia, I forget which one. But basically, it was like, bro, that's like taking out the Pope to them man there. It was like, bro, you don't just do that, you know. So but it all goes back to that thing that Bo was going into. Huh?
That's it.
The prophet Ecclesiasticus 3, I'm starting from 2. For the Lord has given the father honor over the children, and has confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whosoever honors his father makes an atonement for his sins.
Yeah. But now it's cool to stop with your father.
Esau did that. Man.
Which if it wasn't for your father, man, you wouldn't be it.
You wouldn't be an Israelite.
That's it.
You're very easily been in need of man.
That's it. You know, obviously the classes, it got complications. But even the apostles always said, man, if you can make peace with your father, do it.
Do it, yeah. Because
some of us don't have the luxury or even having a father.
Exactly. And it's one of them ones where it's like you learn a lot more about yourself. You know, Jake will be like, "No, I don't want to get." No, it's like you know, that's you.
You know, and it's something I always say, like about loads of Jake mothers. Like as harsh as this might sound, your mom might have been a hoe.
Yeah.
He might have been like how there's a bitch in the club toilet letting you freak off on her. That's gonna be someone's mom.
That's it.
You know, and she might have been a bicycle.
Yeah.
And your father ain't there because he don't even know he's the dad.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And these times your mom knew what time it was.
Yeah, that's it.
But she still let him not raw. It's like, okay, well, that's her, you know.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? And here you are.
Exactly. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like Eid wants to take away responsibility from people's actions, right? Because you're trying to make it seem, bro, if you're a woman and you know he's not gonna stay, because that's the thing. Don't let women lie to you. They know. If you know he ain't gonna stay, why are you letting them not?
Well, there's a lady I know. She just recently pregnant, and she knows that nigga has 3 baby mothers already and 6 kids. And now she's expecting a relationship. Right. Join the queue.
You know, that's insanity. What's the word? And insanity is trying the same thing several times, expecting a different result.
But yeah, let's go back into Genesis. Yeah, let's finish the Genesis.
Back in Genesis 6 and verse.
We're talking about the wickedness of Esau.
That's right.
The wickedness of the earth. But even what we talk about is the result of the wickedness, the wicked judgment. That's why righteous rule needs to be established. This earth needs new management. It's managed poorly. Like, there's enough resources on the planet to go around.
Yeah,
like there's enough
abundantly as well.
Beauty in life that can go around. Like, not everyone on the earth has to be poor to rule righteously. Like when King Solomon ruled, the whole nation of Israel, was good. But even so, King Solomon was King Solomon.
Yeah.
Like how much wealth he had wealth, but he didn't need to hoard everything to himself because he's the king.
Yeah. Esau's got
The king already has everything anyway. You know what I mean?
Esau's not just got people poor. This is the thing. Esau's got people in abject poverty. Like you see, like
Red lines.
brother, you be seeing certain things like you be seeing a young child, the shirt's all ripped, right, barefoot, going through trash so that they can try go recycle it and make money. That's how Esau's got people living. Man.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Boy, he's got that's I can't think about that sometimes. You got a whole nation where there's an expectation that the daughter's gonna have to sell her body. That's not right. That ain't right in any
Bad management.
That's really normal.
That's why Scripture says, "In due time, you give it to one that is profitable." Because like life isn't supposed to be like this, but really life is supposed to be like this because we're supposed to see
Exactly.
the results of
Bad
wickedness to appreciate righteousness in the kingdom, man. And that's why when the kingdom gets established, all nations are going to be like, "Oh, surely there's." It says the nations are going to say, "Surely God is in thee." The nation's going to be like, "You know what, man? Nah."
Yeah, Lord,
You know what I mean? I was going off. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I was going off. And then, you know what I mean? That's how it's going to be. And then when Esau gets exterminated, bro, you know what I mean?
So,
You know? When Esau gets taken down, no one's going to feel sorry for him. Well, what's that scripture in Job that it says that their own widows ain't going to even mourn for them? There's a script, that's an old one, man, where it speaks about, like, if brothers can find it, post it as well if you know the wording. But there's one that it's like when he's getting beaten down, man, his own woman ain't gonna even give a shit, man.
at that time, Esau's going to be like the least desired man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's it.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I believe it's that one. Yeah, let's start from there.
Okay. It says, Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High.
And who's the ultimate wicked? Ultimate wicked is Esau either.
It says, and the heritage of oppressors which they have received of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Yeah, man, because that's what, like, as the people, even though Jake is the biggest nation, there's a lot of Edomites around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know what? I remember many years ago, the apostle Elder Aramla made a very good point. It said, like, the reason why the Earth's population is so big right now, because there's many people back to get judged, and the kingdom's gonna be built up, man. You know what I mean? And we need slaves, man. Obviously, the population is gonna be cut great, but still, because that's what they say. They say if you look at the population of the Earth from like the 1900s to now, it's exponential. Like it's like I think at a time,
I think it was maybe 1 billion.
Yeah,
they estimate in
yeah, like,
1900.
something like if you can look it up. It's like time speeding up. Think about it. The Earth has never been as populated as it is now.
So, from the AI overview, it says the world population in 1900 was approximately 1.6 to 1.7 billion, right? And it's like right now it's like 8. So in 120 years, gone up 6 billion, man. Also, he said, right? But continuing on, it says Job 27:15 now says, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Yeah, man. Read that again.
Yep. So it says, It says, those that remain of Job 27:15, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep.
Yeah, man. Like your own, like how like now the earth looks at him as a white hunk, which is because of his power and PR, man. You know what I mean. You only have the the most handsome man in the world, and it's just a inbred Edomite, you know, with a jawline, bro. You just PR. You know what I mean? Because shit, even in slavery, man.
Yeah.
You even had white women that was catching hell for dealing with Jake, man. That's slavery. And they got penalized for it.
Yeah.
They said, I don't care. I'm gonna stay with my black man.
That's right.
Not Eve, man.
That's funny now because just recently, like, there's been a lot of videos that white women, even white men.
Bro, they've been leaving.
Yeah, they've been.
But like like Esau's PR is wearing off.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
So PR.
You'll go certain let's say there'll be certain days you just be walking through central London or whatever, right? And then you'll see a bunch of Edomite women. You can tell they're not from London, right? They're still English, right? But they're not from London. And they're out looking for Jake. They have that spirit about them because it's like it's the little girls a trip to the city,
Yeah, all of that.
right? And like we witnessed it, we've seen it, right? And you can tell that's what they're on. Because this is it, man, and that's why he has to do everything that he does, is because he knows that Jake is more desired as a man, right? Jake is the most desired, man. Because he don't really like women. Let's just keep it real.
Back in Genesis 6 and verse 5. The Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Yeah,
And he repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
yeah. So wickedness is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Wickedness is not how earth was to be run. And especially under Esau, we've seen the biggest example of wickedness all the time. He's a thug.
Yeah, yes.
He's just a thug, bro. It's a thug that's not being compensated for his wickedness.
He's industrialized with it.
Yeah, exactly. I got the industrial so and so complex. Military industrial complex. Now it's just the industrial wickedness complex. He's stolen many lands. He's stolen many peoples. Stolen fucking identities, resources, holding it up. Bro, it's the earth is not functioning right. Sorry?
Destroying the earth.
He's destroying the earth.
Creatures are facing extinction.
Yeah. Which really, yeah, exactly, extinction. But really, the Lord is probably making a lot of them things hide.
Yeah.
So that when the kingdom, they can go back. The Lord's probably just had a lot of shit from Esau. But of course, yeah, he's cut down populations of many things, many animals, man.
Yeah.
Fucking over hunting, over fishing,
Romans
over everything, bro.
Yeah. Romans 8:19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of the Most
Yeah,
High.
so creation itself, obviously starting off with us, Israelites, but everything in spirit really is waiting for the rulership of the Israelites. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Israelites rule, the earth is going to be managed like. Can we get that? Wherein dwelleth righteousness. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
For Proverbs 9 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn.
People mourn. Earth is mourning. Fucking animals are mourning. You got fucking animals depressed. How do you do that? How you give an animal mental health issues? Fucking dog smoking cigarettes. The dog can't pay his bills. But that's basically how this nigga has the earth, bro. Food is just ruined. Food is horrible. You fucking eat the wrong rice. You bloated as shit.
The worst thing is,
like you talking about the animals. I love watching these documentaries. It just shows you the majesty of the Most High, right? The different animals and the different lands and this, that, and the other. But at the end of every episode, but this animal is now dangerously extinct because of what we have been. And it's like, we,
nigga. I'm just on my foot.
exactly.
So I don't know what. I
Where
don't
is
know
this
what.
we coming from?
Yeah.
Why is it when you're taking credit, it's the Edomite that's
Yeah.
done it? But when it's like shit's going back, we have become a problem, and it's like, nah, bro, that's you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
every other nation has lived somewhat in harmony with the earth,
Yeah.
right? You're the only one that's gone around just like straight wholesale, deforestation.
Sure.
That's a big one, right? You'll be a forest, right, or whatever with hella biodiversity. Then he'll just like wipe it all out just to put like one. Oh, so that's why there's a whole thing about palm oil or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you'll just like wipe out a whole patch of forest and just plant palm oil, palm trees rather, whatever it is, right? So that you get these different animals that are like used to a certain biodiversity.
Yeah.
Now they can't go into where they normally get food. So then they now start straying into other tech because animals that be like that. Animals be territorial in certain instances. So
The ecosystem.
the ecosystem gets messed up, man. Right? This is the history of this Edomite. And in the kingdom, he gonna be we're gonna be like he thought he could fight against the Most High, right? But then also like we gonna be like, look, he thought that he could just circumvent the laws of the Most High. The Most High didn't know what he was talking about, man.
Isaiah 14 and it start from 6. From 5. It says, "The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers."
Yeah. But when these elites, so when we get that in Revelation 6, when it speaks about the rich men are gonna hide from the land. Yeah.
Fallen us.
Yeah.
The rocks fallen us.
Yeah, because eventually, they think they're in control of the narrative of the earth. We don't realize you're being used for the narrative. So it looks like you're in control of it, but you're dealing with what the Lord wants. Well, what's going to happen is, at the last minute, it's going to just all flip on your head. You know what I mean? Like those, yes, you are building your bunkers. Yes, you do have your underground cities, but the Lord wants you there to come snatch you up.
Everything you're doing, Esau, is for the fulfillment of prophecy.
Yeah.
Even you thinking that what you're doing is circumventing prophecy is fulfilling prophecy.
It's the film. It's rigged.
Yeah.
It's rigged. It's sort of like when you see like a game storyline and it looks like, bro, the hero's always gonna. It just looks like in the game that the villain's gonna. But guess what? The game is programmed. If you press the right buttons, that's it. For you to beat the damn villain and complete the game at the end. And that's what's gonna happen. But now to the carnal eye, man, it doesn't look like it. But bro, like maths means truth, innit? That's it. When you do the calculations, how can you sustain a world like this? How can you sustain a world of wickedness? How? It's I just can't see it. Imagine having a workplace where everyone's just stealing the damn product. Everyone's late. Everyone just fighting.
Companies
Like a damn colleague got stabbed in the staff room. A baby, a bitch had a baby in the closet and stuffed it in the damn locker. Like the business is gonna collapse. Yeah. That's why the earth is like this. People think like it's sort of like the human body. Like little problems might be happening in your body and you think it's not a big deal. If you don't take care of that problem, it leads to a bigger problem. And then it causes you major problems. And that's like the earth. Like you thought it was cool to destroy the whole structure of the family. How men view women and women view men. You thought it was cool to destroy the food. But now you got teenagers with fucking cancer.
Bro, you got young children committing suicide.
The young children
That
commit
ain't
suicide.
that ain't right. But this is the pinnacle of civilization.
Yeah.
A young child, bro, we're growing up, bro. We found a stick and that will give us hours of joy, man.
Yeah.
It's to now you're telling me children are committing suicide. So what's going on?
What's going on is Esau. He's going on.
Bro, we were just out in the park running around, right? If we had a ball, I'm growing up, let's give us a football. Bro, hours of fun to be had. Well, yeah.
He who smote the people in wrath with continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in hunger is persecuted and none hinders.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, but they're the same verse in the read that again, bro.
Isaiah 15:6. He who smote the people in wrath with their continuous stroke,
Yeah, with a continuing stroke. A continuing stroke. Who's done that? Consistently beat people down. Consistently steal resources. Like, it's got to the point where anytime a country popped up with a new resource, and now it's a meme of, now let's go and but
he that ruled the nations in hunger is persecuted and none hinders. The whole earth is at lust.
that's what it's gonna be. But this nigga's a tyrant. Bro. He's a tyrant. He's been a tyrant for a long time. Again, I always say, if you had a global AA meeting, one representative of every nation, everyone gonna say, "Hi, I'm Ham, I'm Ishmael, and this house fucked over by Esau."
You know what? It's what the thought just came to my mind because you always have a lot of like regional hate, right? Between like different countries and stuff like that. But even now, as I'm thinking, but even now, I'm just thinking, really, all we know, which is basically like Pakistan ended, that was Esau.
That's all these were.
Right? You may have like let's say one so-called African country that don't like another so-called African country. There's a good chance Edomites set that up. You have some Edomites go in there and be like, look, what will the whole thing with Rwanda? Well, they say it was the French, they would do certain give one side that Esau's known to do that, right? Give one side arms so that they fight another side, right? Create like friends. I think it's in Congo. Would you call Congo's got a lot of natural resources, so he keeps the Congo fighting with each other, right? By aiding one side of this, that, and the other, because in that instability, he can just go in there and take what he wants. Yeah,
Because before the borders was more like
That's what we're gonna say. Like,
yeah.
borders is a big issue. Because like there are a lot of like if you look at Nigeria as an example, that's a population of over 200 million people. Bruv, it has many tribes.
One thing I think about with Nigeria especially is just like how it's so that it's literally Muslim in the top half, Christian in the bottom half. So it's because you saw when you look at the different, as brothers are going into, when you look at the different tribal regions before, what Esau done is he just was like,
he's got a pen out.
Yeah,
he got a pen. Nigeria.
Yeah, and then now you're mixing people that before weren't the same.
Yeah, and then they'll try and use that for a slavery. So black people sold out for black people. Yeah. One, obviously, Ham was involved. You know what I mean? Obviously, Ishmael. Obviously, Jake was involved in selling out for Jake too. But the thing is, you have to understand that the context of the time. One is prophecy, and two, at the time, those regional borders were not looking at the next tribe is their brother anyway. They were ops. They was like, I'm warring him anyway. And if you're basically given a bounty per body, okay, well, I ain't gonna send my son. I must send the tribe I'm warring. It was all funded by different Edomite countries. The Dutch would fund this side, that side funded that side. And people, at the end of the day, niggas are always going to be loyal to their pockets. Man. If you got a nigga who shoot a nigga for his chain, like, why ain't he gonna sell a nigga he hates into slavery? No? But again, there wasn't none the wiser of the long-term implications of what he was going to do.
Oh, well, let's be real. Even when you look through the scriptures, Jake was times when they transport each other.
Well, really,
Shibboleth.
Israel sold Israel into slavery. If you look at it in terms of the patriarchs selling Joseph into Egypt. Oh, there's a lot of things that can come out of it of kind of envy. But you took it somewhere else.
Yeah, and not what did it say?
What's that? What scripture? I'm giving them into my hand.
Yeah, Isaiah 47. Yeah, no, I was gonna say it. Ultimately, it's like, okay, Jake sold other Jakes into slave. Let's say, look, the both sides says we're the apple of his eye. It don't really matter what we did, right? The Most I said, thou shouldest not. Thou shouldest what we said, even over that. Thou shouldest not have even looked when we caught certain hells, man.
It's sort of like, you know, like a couple of the kids, including your kid, steals. Okay, my kid stole. It stole.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna chastise my kid, but your kid's gotta be chastised.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like. Let's say you've got two siblings, always fighting with each other, right? And then what you call it? Then another Edomite comes and starts beating up your son. Yeah, but they were fighting each other anyway. That's different, bro.
It don't work like that.
No, don't touch my son. Don't touch my. That's it. The book side is like, all right, because there's certain times you hear certain parents be wild and shit. Yeah. It was like they allow someone to rough up their kid or whatever, just to teach them a lesson. It's like, oh, you think you're hard, yeah, all right. But now what Esau did, just went too far.
There was like a YouTube short I think yesterday. Two kids were playing basketball in it. I think the little white kid was hitting on the little black kid, innit? Then the white dad came in and tried to pick on the little black kid. The black dad father, he was like, hell no, he ran up to him and tackled him, man. He's like, why you touching my kid? You know what I mean? So that's like it. Yeah, you see the kids fighting and deal with that, but why are you touching my kid? That's it to me.
Let's also get the parable of to get that now.
On it, Isaiah 47.
Yeah.
It says Isaiah 47, and I'm gonna read into it because we mentioned it actually before, right? It says Isaiah 47:6 says, I was wroth with my people, I polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy.
No mercy.
Upon the ancient hast thou heavily laid thy yoke.
Because now it was given into your hand. But what are we gonna do now in your hand? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then you got the one in Psalms where it speaks about, thou thought that I was such a one as thyself. You know? But it was, yeah. Which what do you call it? It's like the Most High's just been patient, right?
Patient.
Been patient, long suffering, right? But he says you will not at all acquit the wicked. Right, so Esau's still gonna pay, and that's the beautiful thing. That's the relief that the scriptures give you. Because Jake, you speak to a lot of Jake. Jake really has that chip on their shoulder, because they be looking at all of the things that these Edomites have done, but yet in the eyes of men, they're still prospering, right? But then what this truth says, no, don't worry about it. It's gonna come a time and a day where they're gonna pay. I didn't mean to. That's that. But God on say Isaiah 47:7, and thou.
You got better lyrics than
And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Yeah, so Babylon, man, you know. It's a press, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like, it's actually true when it says Luke is more stout than the skeleton. Like, they really, how America has been and what the average American thinks about their history is fantastic. because they really don't. They really believe that they was all just supposed to just be on top forever. Every like it's like Rome. Rome had the saying on certain coins and stuff. It says Roma Invicta, like Rome unconquered. So when before Rome was going down, Rome didn't think it was going down, and there was arrogance about the people. So, because America is the greatest country on the planet Earth, because Rome was the greatest empire on planet Earth. It's the same spirit, but guess what? Eventually it fell. But that little room was healed, and now it's back. You know, and that's America. Because that's why, and now there's beast system. But that's why you got something called American imperialism. You know, where they're just imperialist. You know, and it's a corporation of the elites, tool of the elites. You know what I mean? With the like you know, because like basically the like American army, just the henchmen of the elites. Realistic, you know, with like economic hitmen basically that just carry out hits.
There's a quote conspiracy theory, but it makes sense, right? With what you call it, about like why certain things in the States are. Because and there's a conspiracy about what you call it, about why certain things in the States are expensive, right? So for instance, education in America is insanely expensive, and health in America is insanely expensive. But the military gives you all of that stuff cut price. And then basically what the guy was saying was, and that's how they can keep that revolving door of people going into the military.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Right? Because it's like, you know, if you're worried about healthcare, but you know you go into the military. Oh, so same with the alphabet people.
Yeah.
They had certain alphabet mans out, you know, I think
There to do surgery.
yeah. Right? You know, you can go get your degree with, you know, without any student debt. If you go into the military and all of that shit, or minimal student debt, you know. Keep feeding that beast. But let me finish this. Isaiah 47:7 says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things for thy heart.
Oh yeah, Babylon. You know, they always thought they was going to be like a continual golden city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You only see a hole now with a fucking C-section scars and tattoo on of 9 baby daddies on her chest. But looking at old pictures of herself in 99, when she was lean as hell, looking good. That's not America no more. Again, I can't you know that me. I can't believe it. Like, well, I can. But the most liberal country on the planet is snatching their citizens out of their houses. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is actually
But
crazy.
this is it. This is what's great, because they actually think if Kamala had gotten it, it'd be any different.
Yeah.
It would have been the same thing, just with more.
Bro.
You know that will be
Yeah.
extra help for men.
More pump.
That's right.
Imagine that. The most liberal country. Because America is the greatest country. Like, the most liberal country, the land of the free, the home of USA. Bro, America is now punching their citizens up, shooting them on fucking Instagram Live. You know, like this is done. America it can't be healed, bro.
And these Edomites are so low IQ that they don't realize that these systems are being put in place for them.
Yeah.
Like because this is it. It's just like they've created. Esau's always done this. They create a boogeyman.
Yeah.
They go fight the boogeyman, but all of the laws that they put in place for the boogeyman never get revoked.
He's faded the face of terrorism.
Yeah.
He's faded the face of terrorism. Now you American, you're the terrorist.
You remember Oprah?
Yeah.
You're a terrorist. You're a terrorist.
Yeah.
You're a terrorist.
That's basically it. Like you, like that's what's happening. Your American dream is a nightmare, and like Jesse Ventura said, like the fact that he's playing the military and from the people. Shows you a third world country. America is broken. Your people are on drugs. You're on fentanyl, bro. These niggas have them fentanyl guys can have a fentanyl fucking Olympics. The balance they have. You know what's that shit people do?
Yeah, the boat. Oh, tightrope.
Limbo.
No, it's a limbo. You know the shit?
under the
Bro, them fentanyl should have them fentanyl league. They should have a fent league.
Yeah.
They should have a fent league of all like just get all
The
the
real
best.
NFL.
Yeah. Basically, get a national fent league, right, and just have all of the great fentanyl superstars in Skid Row and Philadelphia, and have a what's that shit called?
bar, the limbo bar.
Limbo bar.
Yeah.
Because the balance,
How
you
low
see
can you
them,
go?
you see them fucking. I'm like, nigga, how do you do that?
Bro, that's the deal.
Crazy.
That's America for you, but that's America.
Yeah.
Like,
Shame.
they're all on meds.
Oh
No,
yeah,
meds.
the Edomite woman, she's the #1, like on meds, man.
She on meds.
With those psych meds and stuff. But why are people on these things? Because he's destroyed the earth. Let me finish this. Isaiah 47:8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
You've sat eating, or eating up is wicked anyway. But eating all the lobster, eating all the fucking oyster sauce,
Bacon.
bacon.
No, sir. When they're upper class, what would they actually call it? They don't call it bacon anymore. Chorizo.
Yeah.
All of it. They start eating all the chorizo.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And peppercorn sauce.
peppercorn sauce.
Bro.
And that.
They've been eating good. You know, because really after World War II, them niggas, the price of America went up. You know, they was good. Basically, everyone was in debt and they was alright. You know what I mean? And it's like they was making bank. You know, the white picket fence, the purchasing powder. Like, what was that stat on the information? I believe was it after World War? There was a time where certain jobs could actually make you rich, and then after a period of time, like with the gold standard and all that, it's like, bro, the average American got robbed, bro. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but this is it. So we speak all of these things, right? But Jake don't really know their history because when all of this was happening, like Jake never participated in it. Because I was, I watched certain documentary. I like what do you call it? I like house building and all of that sort of stuff. I was watching this one and I was just there like you be hearing about, oh yeah, in the 1940s, the 1960s, such and such lived, bought this house and they built this house. And each one I'd be like, wow, this is just I was literally watching because it was a town in like Mississippi or somewhere like that. And I'm just like, wow, this is just Edomites. Like Edomites. And the thing is, imagine just being able to like, yeah, I'm gonna build my house this way. This is my spirit, so I'm gonna build my house that way. That's what these Edomites were doing. Jake was a part of that.
Since you mentioned that, when I was going into research about the redlining, Jake was catching hell, man. Couldn't receive loans or receive a house. And guess what? It was actually in the documents that they were not allowed to sell to Negroes. Yeah. It's actually written in there.
Yeah. And then you think about how that became an asset, how that was sold on. Right. The fact that you get a lot of main people that be buying yards of these Edomites is because their parents were able to buy houses and to do certain things and then to sell them to give certain funding to their children. The very fact that, for instance, as a Jake, in England, we've all got there was a big push by Labour, which is supposed to be the party on the left, for everyone to go university, right? But so you go university, you came out with however many thousands of pounds of debt. These Edomites that were well-to-do, they came out of uni with no debt. So immediately you're starting from -30, -40, -50, whereas this Edomite, you be hearing certain people be paying like £400 or speaking one more point, you pay £400 a month, and he's still got 2 years to pay it off. And he's a relatively older man.
You know what? Like I asked ChatGPT, so what does it say about a society that everyone wants to escape? Yeah? It says a society where the primary collective behavior is attempted to escape just a foundational, systematic crisis where the reality of daily life has become unbearable for a large portion of the population.
Basics.
That's Earth right now, but that's America especially.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you know what I saw? 12 million of American population are social media influencers.
12 million.
Yes, 12 millions of American population are classified as social media influencers. And then you got the statistics on the drugs,
Yeah.
on the meds.
Oh, on the OF.
Oh, the OF, everyone's just addicted to sex. The sports entertainment. You know, like back in the well, we're still young. Like sports, we're young, but the amount of access to just mirth you have.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
24/7, man.
we went like when we was growing up in the 2000s, the early 2000s, let's say for us, the late 90s, brother, you know, from before then. Right? But there was a time you just had like 5 channels, man.
Yeah.
You had a couple of channels, and then you got the box with the, you know, the red box.
Skybox.
No, but you know what I mean? I was broke. So I didn't have
The next cable things, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you had the
Yeah.
cable. We had up to 99 channels or whatever.
Yeah.
Free. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount of channels.
But not only that though, bro. It's like there's also it's the very fact of patience before.
Yeah.
But you remember growing up where it's like there was a TV show you liked.
That came on a certain date.
Bro, you had to, I mean, even if you could watch it back, it's the fact you still had to wait the week for you to get the next episode. Now Netflix whole series out, and then well, let's say it's 10 episodes.
Clean it out.
Clean it out in one day.
Yeah.
It's like there's no longer that thing of waiting.
Yeah.
There's always just something new and something else, something new and something else, man. Right? You know, I think a couple of weeks we speak about it's like back in the day, you watch a Dragon Ball Z episode,
Yeah.
then you go out and play.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Wait next week for the next
You know? But that's what's happening to Earth.
We finish this. Isaiah
And
40
now they have an ultimate idea of escapism with fucking AI.
yeah.
Have your chips and you see the life one. Here it is, you're like 100 kg overweight and bloated. But if you have the chip, you can imagine yourself with abs.
What was it? You remember, I don't know if you brothers have ever watched that Disney thing, man, Wall-E.
Wally,
That's a
Yeah.
bagging film.
Yeah.
Deep film. Yeah.
Because that's basically what he used to watch. Everyone's just in chair,
Yeah.
overweight,
On social media, yeah.
you know, drinking a soda. You know?
Babylon done, man. Babylon done, bro. And it's like, you know what? Like, spiritually, before the Lord destroys the place, he just morally drains the place, morally bankrupts it. And it's like, you kind of see that in Egypt with the plagues. The plague was happening.
Oh.
Like, bro, the plagues didn't just conclude. And on Monday morning, yeah, so how you doing, John? Everything all right? Yeah, man, you know, the plague happened, man, last week. Bro, each plague was systematically destroying the society.
Yep.
It was affecting people. It was affecting the relationships at home. Like, can you imagine losing all your flock to some hail? You can imagine.
Yeah, that
life-
means you were good.
Yeah,
Before you would have been a talk, yeah, I'm rich.
yeah.
And now it's like,
Oh shit!
your chick's looking at you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like systematically it was crumbling the mind and the morale
Yep.
of the people. It was always based upon the prophets.
Yeah. Can I grab this and bring it back? This is let's get back to 2 Ezra 15 and 11. It says, but I'll bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before
Smite Egypt with plagues as before.
and will destroy all the land thereof.
Yeah, and, you know, now because you know they did this in Egypt, the Lord is plaguing this place in many ways. But
Yeah.
the plagues are
Manifold.
unlimited. Bro, children
Cancer's
don't,
a plague.
yeah, cancer's a plague, but children don't know how to deal with conflict. Just shoot up a school. Just shoot up a school. Like the fact that you now have to train your kids to be under the table in case of a mass shooter. Your society is cooked. Is you finished or is you done? You know, as the famous poetic words of Birdman. You know what I mean? Is he finished or is he done? America's done. You know what I mean? It's done. It's actually done. It's laughable. I can't lie. Like I've been on this. I've been actually. It's like my mind has been on a loop this whole week on Babylon. I've just been laughing. Like is this it?
But you know what's really interesting though, because it's like whilst Babylon is falling, right? It's like you still have these Babylonians that think that that's the best place in the world to be. Like I think about it, it's like they think that other places are just unhappy. Well, it's like no, you're the least happy people in the world.
Least happy people.
Other people like you might have a man in the land of Ham or whatever, what have you. And he's through what Jake in the land of Ham, and he's through it. They family ain't got riches, but his wife don't back him up.
Yeah. What less but happier than you?
Exactly. Like for instance, I remember speaking to my cousin. He grew up in South Africa and that, and he was basically saying this whole Edomite thing. Edomites were like, oh my God, they've got no shoes. But he was like, oh, we don't mind not having shoes. We like not having. We just run around barefoot. That's what we're talking about. But even that, but it's reason when he said that, reason why it kind of got me is because he will genuinely portray that as look at how poor they are, whereas the people they're like, nah, we cool. And then come to find out that a lot of these shoes fuck up your feet.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, the fact that our toes are the way they are is proof that that's not our toes basically aren't supposed to be that way. I think something like they're supposed to be more spread out like that, right? But once again, it's just one of those things that with ease,
Every element. I've got something. Revelation 18. Revelation 18 from the top, and it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
And do you know what it is? It's just like it's something that we'll say and people won't believe. But what's been beautiful is over the last couple of years, over the last decade or so, over the last decade or so, you've been seeing a lot and more of these prophecies coming to pass, but in an accelerated way, right? Which in the video we was doing the other day, I was talking about how like you read Ezekiel 38, it speaks about Gomer and Russia, right? I.e. Turkey and Russia, right? And basically, before the coup in Turkey, right, it was like, yo, how is this going to come to pass? Because Turkey was very much America aligned back then, right? But then now you see how it is where Turkey's trying to do deals with Russia, right? Turkey's trying to get the air defense systems, which is what that scripture says. It says, be thou a guard unto them. But then now you fast forward to today, whether it be a political theater, which we believe, it ultimately was, because everything that Trump got was what they had access to anyway in terms of Greenland, right? But the very fact that you had the other European nations basically coming up together against America, right, being like, no, we're not going to accept this. Like even what Trump said, right, that pissed off about the NATO troops. Basically, they were just over there, like they weren't really in the war in Afghanistan like that. That pissed off a whole load of these vets over here, right? You could probably share the clip with the guy in LBC calling in, being like, "Yo, I lost 9 friends and my cousin in Afghanistan." So for this guy to just be like, "Y'all did nothing," that's something of tension, right? And then we're witnessing these prophecies coming to pass more and more and more as we're in these last days.
Revelation 17.
Yeah, Also, so it's like it's a point I was trying to make. So now, before all of those things, people would hear us saying, "Oh, these guys are crazy." But these things, everything starting off the apostle on down that has been prophesied is coming to pass.
It's all happening.
The MOTB is coming to pass.
It's all happening, mate.
It's all happening, mate.
It's all happening.
And don't think and don't believe Esau's, not saying brothers up, but like the people what's like, don't believe Esau's hype, right? That these countries, they're third world, right? They ain't gonna get. We'll tell you, the third world's ready for the MOTB.
Yeah,
They're more potentially more ready than here is it.
They skip stages.
They skip stages,
like how over here, like I think about it. Like the whole digital ID thing here, people bugging out. Bro, they already got that shit in Ghana, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. The Ghana card, I told bro when I was out there, bro, people in Ghana be scanning their fingerprints on phones to like verify, like basically they have an app when someone's buying a SIM card, bro. They take a picture of your face. Take a picture of your face. So when I was out there, I was like, is that what I got to do to get my SIM card? And they have a database where on the phone, your passport pops up. And I had to put my fingers on someone, you put your 4 fingers on the phone to get a fingerprint. I was like, why are we doing this on your phone? They said, yeah, because you haven't got a Ghana card, we got to take the details.
Yeah.
That's why I can buy a SIM card. And a SIM card is like your life out there.
Yeah.
Without SIM cards, you can't do much in Ghana, seriously. Even with payments. Like people use something called mobile money.
Yeah.
People like, you have old people in villages that don't even use cash. They be using payments by money transfer through your phone number.
Yeah.
So if you go just merge that with chip and an app-based system.
Yeah, same in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You know. So, and this is the example given is like, whilst England went, did the whole landline, they had to put cables
1G,
everywhere.
2G, 3G.
If you're then a country, like, why are you gonna put landline? If there's
Yeah.
5G, why are you gonna put landline?
Yeah,
You're
you're
just gonna
skip stages.
Yeah, you're gonna go straight, put the mast there, right? Give everyone
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If like a native tribe opens up to Esau, you think fucking Esau go and install Windows XP
No,
and fucking dial up internet?
yeah, well, it's sort of like when I was hearing the elder speak about what they're trying to do in the plans for Gaza, and it's just like with the world as it is now, that is the only way that they're gonna build that new place. They are gonna build it with cameras everywhere. They are gonna build it with infrastructure that is becoming of the mark of the beast, because that is what the system is today.
Yeah.
There's
no point going backwards.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like fucking planes can go to places and you just choose to have a voyage. Shit. Like, nigga, let me get to France in 90 minutes.
Exactly, bro.
Let's read the last couple.
And it's become the habitation of devils,
Yeah.
and the hold of every foul spirit.
Because America's gonna be completely destroyed.
Desert.
No one's gonna live there. It's gonna be a memorial forever.
Showed you that in Planet of the Apes. You did it! God damn, what the hell? And you saw the Statue of Liberty. Guess what? This judgment, man, the Statue of Liberty is getting melted, bro.
Because the precept says line of confusion.
Line of confusion.
You ain't gonna be able to tell where one state started, one state finished.
It's gonna be as Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And the words and obviously that was sitting, but the words Sodom in Hebrew is the Hebrew word Sodom, which means burn or burn. So Babylon's gonna be burnt. And if you look at what the Lord did, He said He destroyed it with fire, not out of heaven. And if you look at that area where them 5 cities are, they still have balls of sulfur, which is the brimstone. But what's interesting is the balls of sulfur melt as a ball, and it dissipates into a blue flame liquid. It becomes a molten liquid of fire. So the fire, when them people are getting burned, the damn sulfur was sticking to their skin. It would stick, it would melt, it would ingrain and burn their ass. So that's how America's gonna be, with the missiles, with the chariots and the lasers, and the Lord makes so all these cars, all the Statue of Liberty, the damn Hellcat, that old shit is gonna get melted, bro.
And it's one of them ones where it's like, why did the Lord destroy Sodom?
Because of all the wickedness.
Because of all of the wickedness, the alphabetism, right? You got place. I don't want to be bothered. I'll say it after camera, but it's like, bro, in America, you just got T's walking all around. You go California, man. Stories I hear about California, right? Atlanta, where it's like from time you hear
gay pastors,
teaching
teaching the congregation. wearing heels. Is this America? This is America. America, bro.
The law can't come quick enough.
Yeah. It's just a joke that keeps giving, bro. Honestly, man, this whole week I've just been laughing at America. Obviously, you know, here's gonna get its judgment, but I'm just saying, like the land of the free, home of the brave. You get brother posted in the chat pistol of ICE agents pistol whipping people. Imagine that. Lands of free. Because I'm an American. Bitch. Yo, America, bro. All right, let's read something. What was that?
And it says, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of a wine of a wrath of her fornication.
That your doctrines and philosophies, your imperialism, Americanization, your the toxic culture.
Yeah. Netflix has been a massive part of that.
Yeah, that's one of the points.
Yeah, one of their ones. I say it, man. I'll be trying to learn languages and that. I'll be watching. I'm like, bro, there'll be certain things. I'm like, bro, in their country, that shit's unacceptable. But the whole thing with Squid Game and that, which I never even watched it, but it's like apparently in season 2, one of the characters is a T trying to get money to complete the surgery. It's like, bro, in them countries there, you don't just be a T. Those things don't run. But what's Esau doing? He's making you root for wickedness.
Yeah.
Right? It's a psychological operation on your mind. Same, I always remember when the elder said that like Eve will take stories that are supposed to be a man and a woman. Right, so you know you root, yeah, man, go get the girl, man, go get the girl. Right, boy meets girl type thing.
Yeah.
But Esau put two girl or two man. So then the people who are unaware of what is happening to them are rooting for a guy to get with another guy. But that's that psychological operation, that wine.
And it says, for all nations have drunk of a wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich with the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Yeah, the merchants of waxed rich, bro. You know, abundance is because of what they taught. Bro, there's whole nations that are rich because of the needs of America. Okay?
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague.
Yeah, which is when that shout to be beamed up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, this is what you call it. It's like, you got that in metaphorically, it's like, you so much sinning that it's got up to the heavens. It's piling upon piling, compounding. But then also, like, literally, like Esau has actually like polluted space. Once again, so when you look at like a satellite tracker, right, and you just see like how many satellites just constantly around the earth, it's like, a smorgasbord or whatever. I don't know, but basically a whole bunch of junk in space, right? And then you get certain ones that will satellites that will stop working, so then they just become what's referred to as space junk. Now here it is, man's been polluting. Yeah, he's been polluted space, bro. Like, what are you doing?
It says, reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
And that's not a literal double. That's not like, so Esau gave you 2 lashes, so you give him 4. Nah, it's just, it's metaphorical. It's like basically like just in righteousness, what he did, but we gonna do to you. Right, and then some to however degree that the Most High allows us, man. So the scripture says as well in Ezekiel 25, right, 12, that the Lord will put his anger on us, man. Right, because that's the thing, right? He gives us tidbits of what he's done. Like remember back in school we'd have like Black History Month, right? Which when you look back, really it was just Esau being proud, like, we had you in slavery.
That's what it is.
He weren't really because this is the thing. When you look into certain of the things that Esau done, your blood boils. But then there'll be a whole load that he's not written, the things that are just like, that has been lost to history. And not only just back then, the things that he's doing now, man. Right? But so the Lord's going to have to put his anger on us in that day for us to execute these different judgments, man.
It says, in the cup which she have filled, filled to her double.
Yeah, so Esau's gonna get it, man. It was Ezekiel 49 and 12. But no, Ezekiel, Jeremiah 49 and 12. Right there, whose judgment he was not to drink of the cup. So I was surely drunk. So we drank, we drank of that cup, right? And it says, art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it, right? So Esau's going to drink, man. And the reason I like that as well, because it's like, Lord's like, wait there. That's how these Edomites think that they got away. They think that they've got away, but the Lord's like, wait there, but my people drank, and you think you ain't gonna drink. Regardless of what her car says.
Last two verses, verse 7, it says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, delicately, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plague come in one day, death, and mourning, and famine.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Because she spent all this time doing it in the hot for 1 hour. Right? She spent all this time being the virgin daughter of Babylon in times of conflict.
Yeah.
And then in one day, all you gonna go. And only the ones that are going to be delivered is the elect of Israel. By the way.
And but it's beautiful because from whenever, but like it ain't getting any better. It will never get better for America. It's literally all downhill from
Inspiring.
you know.
It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Yeah, man. That's why we're seeing the rumblings of World War III. It's all it's the Lord's algorithm is all leading to prophecy. Every piece in the chest, every facet of life is leading to the Lord's judgment, what the Lord wants. Open for salvation for ourselves and our families. All right? So with that, hey, say all praises be to you. Double.